We ask everyone to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem and then remain standing for the Mars High School alma mater. October 2nd through October 8th is Officials Appreciation Week around the PIAA. We want to take a moment to recognize and thank our officials for all the work and time they put into giving our student athletes the best experience possible. There is currently a shortage of officials in the state of Pennsylvania, and we need your help. Anyone interested in becoming an official for any sport should visit www.piaa.org/officials for more information. The referees for tonight's contest are Bill Rowland, Vincent DeCarlios, Dean Conrad, Sean Meads, Vince Scapey, and Mark Nitkowski. We thank you very much for officiating here tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mars Area High School for this evening's presentation of WPIL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Varsity Football between the Fightin Planets and the visiting Kiski area Cavaliers. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Josh Reckengust. Alongside me to my right is Judd Stewart. We are going to get some section football on homecoming night here at Mars, home of the Fightin Planets. And they are trying to keep pace with Armstrong ahead of them at 5-1 on the year, and undefeated Highlands at 6-0 on the year. Mars just took a loss to Highlands last week, and on the season, trying to, keep that playoff positioning in place, Judd, and get a win tonight over the Cavaliers, who have struggled this season, 0-6 overall and 0-3 inside conference play. But the good part about Kiski's offense last week, they scored a season high in points against Indiana. So maybe starting to figure some things out on that Kiski sideline.
Yeah, Josh, I think so. I mean, I've been following Kiski around the last couple of weeks, and that's exactly what you're saying. It's been a tough bit of road there for them, but the offense is coming together, especially last week. They started to find some rhythm, especially in the second half, but wasn't quite enough to get the job done. But we'll see if they can fare a little better here against Mars this evening on what is, I guess, tonight homecoming night. Last week was Kiski's homecoming night, so I'm not only am I following Kiski around, I'm following homecoming.
I was going to say, maybe you're just following homecomings around.
Maybe I'm supposed to be homecoming.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know.
You should be out there on the court. Well, for Kiski, under center will be Carson Heinley, and he has completed 20 passes this year out of 36 attempts for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So I'm interested to see if the Cavaliers utilize Heinley's arm and try and get some points on the board early, especially on the road here, homecoming night. One thing about high school sports is your emotions and your brain can kind of run away with you. And it's homecoming night. These guys on the Mars sideline are obviously fired up, ready to play. But, it's also, there's a lot of specialist stuff going on around the game. It's easy to get distracted. A couple guys on the team are on the homecoming court. And this might be a chance for Kiski to sneak up and steal one here on the road, and would be a really big win for the Cavaliers this season.
Well, it'd be easy to overlook Kiski too, and unfortunately, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but that I think that means that Kiski's right to strike, right? That could mean that they're right for an upset, right to kind of get in here as an underdog and maybe at least put a little bit of pressure to Mars and see what they can get done here this evening.
On the Mars side of the ball, they are coached by Eric Kasperowitz, and if you follow high school football in Western Pennsylvania, Coach Kasperowitz's name, led Pine Richland to a state championship, and then was unceremoniously let go there over at the home of the Rams, and some legal action was taken. Things, it became a sticky situation for Kasperowitz, but he landed on his feet here at Mars and has the Fightin Planets out to a 4-2 record. As I mentioned last week, took a loss to undefeated Highlands, but no shame in that. They played well in that game. So Mars looking to keep the momentum rolling. They lost 54-22 at Highlands, but this Highlands team, boy, I can't wait to see them in person. They are a juggernaut in the Greater Allegheny Conference. And so Mars played them well last week, trying to rebound, get back on the winning track today against Kiski area and the Cavaliers. Just about ready to get underway. Thanks to everyone for tuning in this evening. Mars takes their sideline.
Being a pretty nice night here tonight, Josh. I thought the weather I wasn't sure this afternoon with as gray as it was going to be. I was worried about a little bit of rain, but it looks like tonight it's a little chilly, but a good night for some Friday night football.
Definitely starting to get that real nip in the air. When I was coming back from the concession stand before we came on the air, I kind of just looked in the stands, and everybody's bundled up out there. It's supposed to get pretty chilly tonight. There's a little wind blowing, and that obviously makes it colder. It's that first real taste of it's getting cold out there.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see what that does out on the field, if that changes some things up from the kicking or punting perspective, if that makes coaches a little bit more aggressive. Maybe they might go for it in situations that they might not have otherwise, because on a cold night the ball doesn't travel as well, and so it'll be interesting to see what that does from a coaching perspective here this evening.
So we would like to thank our scoreboard sponsor this evening, and that is Shevlin Concrete Construction LLC. They're also our halftime sponsor, and they are Western PA's customized concrete driveway specialists. Give them a call, 724-681-4526.
Kiski will receive. Mars has chosen to defend the north goal.
So we are getting close to kickoff here. Mars and Kiski just about ready to get this conference battle underway. And we got the lights out in the booth. I don't know. I got some guys here filming for the Cavaliers beside me. Guys, do you mind the lights on, or is that going to mess with your camera? Flick that switch for me over there, brother. Thank you very much. Does that do anything to your screen? Is that okay? All right, I'm talking to him while I'm on the air, but I just want to make sure everybody's good because I know what it's like to...
It's a brotherhood here, Josh.
Yeah, it is.
Got to look out for everybody in these booths.
Trying to film through a window with the lights on, you can see the glare and some shadows in it, so I just want to make sure he's good. But a lot easier to read the rosters when the lights are on as the sun has gone down, and those field lights don't really help us here.
No, and we're up kind of a little bit higher than usual, Josh. So those lights are pretty much not. We're not at light level, but they're pretty much right in my eyes. So.
Yeah, no doubt. So I believe Mars won the opening coin toss here and will.
Yeah, I think they deferred.
They did defer, and out to kick off for the Fightin Planets number 10, and that is Mason Childress. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, Mason Childress. Not listed as a kicker. In fact, I don't see anybody listed as a kicker on the Mars roster. And that one getting close to rolling out of bounds, and Kiski wisely lets it go. Over there near it was Dominic Simmons, and he thought about picking it up there at the last second, Judd, but backed away, and that'll be a penalty against
Smart
Mars.
Play on his part, letting that roll out of bounds. Heads-up play there. Knowing the circumstances, and
well, they're saying Kiski tipped it.
I guess so.
Well, so what we thought might be a break early here for the Cavaliers turns out to be a break for Mars, as one of the Cavaliers touched it before it rolled out. So Kiski will take over at the 25-yard line. Heinley in the pistol. Hands off right here, going right side, tries to cut it back in. Stopped for, well, it looks like no gain right there on the first carry of the game.
Close to maybe even losing one there, Josh.
Caden Mayer on the stop for the Planets. I'm not sure who carried that ball. If it was Danino or...
Well, Danino was the primary ball handler last week. So it'll could be him carrying the rock again, or I'm not sure if not.
So here's the snap. Heinley rolling to his left. Throws, has a man complete. Up around the 30, about the 31-yard line. On the rollout right there. Heinley with a nice throw, and that was Danino, number 4, hauling that one in. Slipped out of a tackle, got an extra yard or two. So now a manageable third down for the Cavaliers.
Well, I know last week also Danino kind of, nursing a bit of a shoulder for a lot of the game. You could see him kind of laboring a bit, so have to keep an eye on that here again this week.
I can't see the scoreboard at all. I'm going to hold my head out the window.
We're at a lousy angle here to see the scoreboard, that's for sure.
So Kiski taking a lot of the play clock here. Handoff to Danino, runs into his own man, got pushed back.
Not a whole lot there for him.
Not a whole lot indeed. So that'll bring up fourth down, and the Cavaliers punt team on for the first time this evening. Mars defense holds with a 3 and out. Gabe Hine deep to receive for Mars. And a punt. Having a hard time seeing that young man's number, but he'll boot it right here. Oh, decent punt right there. That was Connor Flem, number 3.
We'll take a Kiski bounce, too.
How about that? High spiraling kick by Flem. And like you said, a little bit of a Kiski bounce right there. And Mars will take over on the 35-yard line. Scoreless. First quarter here, 9:45 left. Just underway. First possession for the Fightin Planets upcoming. I keep calling them the Fightin Planets because that's how I knew them, and that's how they're listed on the roster, but The public address announcer has just been calling them the Planets, so
well.
I don't know. They're always going to be the Fightin' Planets to me. Eric Kasperowitz under center for the Fightin' Planets. Tried to set up a wide receiver screen right there to Aiden Alessio, but the Kiski defense ate it up.
Yep, they read that all the way. Really nice play there by Kiski to hawk right to that ball carrier and barely let him gain anything. Looks like Mars is going to run the hurry up here, Josh. Haven't seen that too much here at all this year.
Kasperowitz in the shotgun, left-handed quarterback, sophomore, running the RPO and keeps it himself on the option. Up across the 45 to the 46-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, Mars again with that really up-tempo offense. They don't even huddle. They just kind of run these plays one right after the other. Keep Kiski on their heels here. So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to adapt to that. Again, not having seen too much of that this year.
Well, Kasperowitz brought down behind the line of scrimmage for the sack. Kiski, a nice defensive play right there. Kasperowitz looked down the field, and as he was scanning the coverage, Cavaliers broke in for a sack. And that'll make it 2nd and 13. Offsides right there. Looks like a couple of the Cavaliers jumped up front. Big number 77.
Got a little aggressive there.
Jack Kreider. Yeah, he's trying to read Kasperowitz's snap count right there, but still a long second down here, 2nd and 8. So Kasperowitz takes the shotgun snap. Looking down the field. Got a man just off the fingertips as number 30 split the coverage. That was Gabe Hine. He split the safety and the cornerback right there. And if he hangs on to that ball, he is gone. But
just a little bit too out far in front of him there. He was just not able to get his fingertips on it enough to haul it in.
Kasperowitz just a little bit too long on that pass attempt. Brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Fightin' Planets. Kasperowitz taking his time, looking at the sideline. Gets the play. I can't even see the play clock. We are at a bad angle.
Yeah, it's really like far down there and almost back behind us in a way.
Well, there's a reverse handoff and some speed, and gone into the open field will be a touchdown for Evan Wright on 3rd and 8. Takes the reverse and busts up the middle for the Fightin' Planets. First score of the game goes to Mars. Evan Wright. From it looked about 51 yards out. Okay. Well, the point after is good for the Fightin' Planets. 7-0 Mars. First score of the game here at 8:12 of the first quarter. And I'll tell you what, Judd, that's a gutsy call on 3rd and 8. You figure Mars is going to go to the air right there to try and pick up the first down. But that reverse perfectly executed. And then once Wright got into the open field, you could see the speed. He broke away from everyone.
Well, he had that open field, like you said. It was almost like a nice read there right at the middle. And, yep, once he hit those jets there, probably about the 30-yard line, there was nobody that was going to be able to catch him.
So that will bring up another kickoff here for Mars. Back to boot it once again for the Planets. Mason Childress. Got lucky last time. Kiski touched it before it rolled out. Let's see what happens here. Deep kick fielded about the 8-yard line by number 11, Dominic Simmons. Simmons still on his feet, moving the pile himself.
Not wanting to go down there.
Well, Dominic Simmons took about 4 Fightin' Planets with him. And he got up to about, I'm going to say the 28?
Yeah, it looks about, not quite the 30 there.
Well, they're spawning it at the 29, yeah.
Nope, they're moving it back. Back to the 28.
Yeah, well, I originally thought the 28, but whatever. They'll get it figured out down there. So 8:04 left here. First quarter. Evan Wright touchdown run, the only score so far. Handoff. Trying to move the pile himself was Connor Flem. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets to bring him down, but they stopped Flem there for no gain.
Well, these Kiski players forcing some gang tackling there. They're not going to be taken down easily here.
Correction, Flem with a gain of 2 on that play. So 2nd and 8 for the Cavaliers at the 30-yard line. Heinley zips it out to the right. Catch made and a little bit more for a first down. That was Danino. They keep calling him Danino, but it is Danino. I swear.
Yeah.
So the first down here for the Cavaliers. 2-yard run by Flem and then a little out right there for 15 yards.
Nice little chunky yardage there. Kiski finding themselves at the first little bit of momentum they've had here in this game.
And here's the handoff, hitting the backfield and dropped is Danino.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Yoshioka. 2nd down and 10.
Not much doing there on first down.
No, couldn't find anything there. Barely able to get back to that line of scrimmage.
Well, I think what you want to do if you're Kiski is work this clock. Try and keep those chains moving, of course, but, you know, Mars has an explosive offense. We saw it on that first possession. And the best way to keep Mars off the scoreboard is to keep the ball out of their hands. So let's see what Kiski does here on 2nd and 10. Heinley fires. There's Simmons. Oh, slips out of a tackle, tries to push a man, and does push forward. A nice play by Dominic Simmons.
Just shy of that first down yard.
Yeah, got about 9 on that play, so nice throw by Heinley. Quick release. As soon as he got that ball in his hand, he let it fly. So 3rd and 2 here, manageable for the Cavaliers as they try to answer the Planets, who got a 51-yard touchdown run from Evan Wright at the 8:12 mark. Clock continuing to wind, 5:48. And Heinley gets rid of it. Oh, they got Danino. They got some blockers for him.
Wow, he's got some room down.
Oh, he slipped it. It just caught. Wow, what a great play call right there by the Kiski offense. Get Danino out on one of those little wide receiver screens. And those blockers, you got to give credit to Kiski's offensive line and those other receivers. They got out there looking to put a hat on a hat. And they set up some open space for Danino.
Well, the pass was a little bit high, but he was able to go up there, get it in stride, keep his head, keep his head in front of him, keep his body moving, and he was able to keep his momentum going upfield. And great play. Almost broke it there.
Almost broke it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Didn't get the number. But Danino, a nice chunk there, 40 yards on that play. Shotgun snap. Heinley's got a man wide open. I believe it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but all the way over there in the corner of the end zone by himself was Isaiah Gonzalez. And Heinley saw him and tried to get it there, but I think there's somebody just got some, a couple of fingers on it right at the line of scrimmage. So some offensive substitutions right there. 4 men out, 4 men on. 5:10. Better stop that clock on the incompletion. 5:10 left. Here in the first quarter, and there's going to be a timeout called by Kiski. And while we have a timeout on the field, let's take a quick timeout here on High Top Sports Network for a commercial break. Tonight's broadcast can also be seen on the Trib High School Sports Network. So wherever you're finding us tonight, thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
Welcome back to Mars Area High School. Second down here for the Cavaliers, right around the 10-yard line. Danino's the one that takes the snap.
Hang on to it there.
Well, I think that was a design pass play, but once he got flushed to that right side, it's tough to look up and find a place to go with it. And that's what happened right there to Danino. So I think that was a loss of 2.
Bring up a 3rd and long here.
So Heinley back in the shotgun. Connor Flem behind him. Got Simmons down here to the near side. Single coverage. Might see a jump ball for Simmons maybe.
There's rolling out.
Well, that was the play, I think. And Simmons goes over there and catches it one-handed.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Nice
And
catch.
right there, Heinley, I feel like he has to get rid of it just a little bit quicker because you see a wide receiver like Simmons out there. He's obviously got the size advantage on the corner. And, design rollout to get Heinley some space to his dominant side, that left side. But Simmons, you could see him, as soon as he got down around the 3, he was putting his hand up, saying, let it go, let it go.
Right into that corner of that end zone, but just not able to get that up there. And like you said, he flushed a litlittle bit too far there to his left and led his receiver out of bounds.
So we got a field goal attempt upcoming here. Looks like about a 29-yarder here for Connor Flem. High snap, brought it down. Flem boots it. And that is no good, just wide right.
That's tough. Well, it's too bad. I mean, with that nice play there, you would have liked to see Kiski be able to come away with something. So that's tough to swallow there, coming away with nothing there on that play.
At their own 20-yard line.
So 4:50 to go. A good drive there by the Cavaliers to get it down around the 10-yard line. And had a couple shots at the end zone right there. Just couldn't get it to materialize. And then a 29-yarder by Flem. Plenty of leg. I mean, that would have been good from 45.
I guess what is he, wide right there? I couldn't really tell. Yeah, that's too bad.
Because the official on the near side here on the left side, he didn't make a call. And it was, that's basically over to the – that's why they both stand under an upright. So Mars takes over. Kasperowitz, hands off. Inside handoff, going to go for a couple.
Right up to the 23-yard
And that was number 2 for Mars. Evan Wright got that touchdown earlier in this quarter, only score of the game so far.
Second down and 7.
Kasperowitz. Again, hands off. That's Wright.
Found an edge there.
Oh, Wright again. Just so patient. And right now into the open field. And it is going to be a foot race to that pylon and finally brought down. Number 15 for Kiski tracks him down. That was Terry Martin. But not before Wright gets.
Big game.
Oh, man. That was about. Where do they have that spotted?
They're spotting that. Boy, just
at the
shy
15.
of the 15. Yeah.
So that was a 62-yard run by Evan Wright. And he's already over 100 yards courtesy of that first touchdown run. And then a 62-yarder right there.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, we got another timeout here.
Another timeout. Planets will call it. 3:59 left here in the first quarter. Thanks so much for tuning into High Top Sports Network. You can find us on our website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. You can find us on Facebook. Just search High Top Sports. Or on Twitter at @hightop_sports. And again, tonight's game being broadcast on the Trib High School Sports Network, as well as our other 3 games tonight on the network. Armstrong on the road to take on Indiana this evening in another Greater Allegheny Conference matchup. We've also got some Heritage Conference action. West Shamokin at Northern Cambria. Those teams both 4-2.
Should be a good game.
And our other game of this evening, also a good game. Freeport hosting East Allegheny. Both those teams 5-1. So some really important matchups tonight on the network. So whatever your fancy, feel free to jump around.
Yeah, bounce around. Make your own red zone of sorts.
Yeah. So Kasperowitz going to take this snap at the 15 after the timeout. Fires to the end zone. Oh, what a catch. That is unbelievable. And you see it more and more these days. Receivers going up confidently with one hand. And you couldn't have made it any more perfect. That is Raphael Bartley. The 6'2", 215-pound senior. Kasperowitz just floated it over the shoulder. Never broke stride. And Bartley hauls it in with that left hand. Just snagged it. Absolutely perfect, Judd.
Yep, absolutely. I love the way that ball was placed up there. You know that what do they call that? That rainbow throw. Like that.
Yeah.
He's just able to kind of put his hand out like that and just wait for it. Run underneath it. Never, like you said, never had to break stride. Great play.
And Childress adds the extra point, so that will put the Fightin Planets up 2 scores here in the first quarter. 14-0 Mars on this Shevlin Concrete Construction game night. And you see the down at the far end of the end zone here. Color guard with the Planets flag.
I don't see the word fighting, though.
I know. Well, like I said, it's on the official roster, so they're the Fightin Planets to me. So that makes it 14-0. 3:53 left here, first quarter. Mars showing that dynamic offense led by Eric Kasperowitz.
Well, they've done it, they're doing it both ways. They're doing it on the ground. They're doing it in the air. So like you said, very dynamic, able to change it up, keep Kiski on their heels.
So Childress going to line up for his third kickoff here in the first quarter. The first one was tipped by a Kiski player and rolled out at the 25. The second one fielded at about the 7 or 8 yard line by Dominic Simmons, and he plowed forward to almost the 30. So we'll see if they kick to Simmons right here. Nope, little pooch staying away from Simmons, and it's fielded at the 28 by number 16. And that is Brennan Moore. So he gets up to right around the 40-yard line. So the pooch kick, I mean, you're trying to keep it away from Simmons. I can understand that, but you don't want to pooch it too short.
Give up a lot of free yardage that way.
Yeah. Allow Moore to get set right there, and he pushed it forward. So Kiski will start this drive at their own 38.
Let's see if they can get something going here on this drive. Again, that ground game seemed to work for them a bit last drive, so we'll see what they do here.
Hindley takes the snap, gets rid of it quickly. No, knocked down at the line of scrimmage as number 9 for Mars took off, got up off both feet. That was Connor Hartle. Got up off both feet and knocked that pass down from Hindley. They were trying once again to get set. Kiski was trying to get something set up quickly.
Well, that's what Mars has been doing here to start this game is that, up tempo, no huddle, quick up to the line, get that play in quickly. So maybe Kiski trying to replicate some of that and wear this Mars team down a little bit.
Handoff to Danino, trying to find some room inside, pushes up over the 40-yard line to about the 41. That was a gain of 4 for Dom Danino. 3rd and 6 here for the Cavaliers.
Ground game working here for Kiski little by little. As you said, wearing out that clock a little bit, getting those chunk plays, but still faced with that third down here, that third down and long, unfortunately.
So it looks like Danino. Nope, that's Hindley. Sorry, I couldn't see the 1 there. And Hindley fires out to Danino, trying to make a man miss. Does not. Good tackle on the outside by number 7 for the Planets.
Yeah, they were ready for that one.
That is Cole Yoshioka. I think that's what he said. I'm going to go with the public address announcer's pronunciation, Yoshioka.
That's what he said when he started the game, I believe.
So clock winding toward 2 minutes here. In the first quarter to punt again, Connor Flem. He boots it, a high kick right there. Fair catch called for immediately. And that ball's going to take a little bit of a Kiski hop inside the 25-yard line. So that's where Mars will take over at about the 23 and a half, somewhere in that area.
Just about there, not quite. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nothing on the return for the Planets. 1st and 10 from their own 24.
So no return on Flem's punt. And it's on the 24. They're going to officially call that. A little bit in front of the 24. So Mars takes over. Touchdown run by Evan Wright and a touchdown pass by Kasperowicz to Raphael Bartley. Those are our 2 touchdowns so far. Kasperowicz has Wright beside him. Now Wright switches sides to the left. And Wright takes the handoff looking for some room. Oh, got an arm out there and just snagged him and pulled him to the ground. Was big number. What was that, 88?
Looked like it, yeah.
Big number 88. That's Owen Kowalkowski. So 2nd and 10 here for the Fightin' Planets. And a little
bit of a reverse there.
One of those little shuffle passes in motion coming across there for Mars was number 30, Gabe Hine. And you saw Kasperowicz get that snap really quickly, just one of those little shuffles.
Right out to that side, try to keep him going in motion and keep that momentum going so he can get that speed going out around the end there. But Kiski kind of stretched him out to the sideline and kept him from being able to turn that corner.
There's the snap. Kasperowicz under pressure, slips out of it, gets away from a sack, nearly tripped up and finally brought down. So Kiski, the pursuit pays off as they are able to get Kasperowicz in there on that tackle.
Hemmed him in there.
Number 25, Landon.
Great pursuit by Kiski there to...
Kusick, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Great pursuit by Kiski there to track him down and make sure he, again, not able to turn that corner.
Jack Kreider was the other tackler that got in there and was able to drop Kasperowicz and force that 4th down. As we approach 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Homecoming night here at Mars. There's the boot. It's going to be a short punt. And it hits a Mars player and bounces out of bounds. At the 45-yard line.
Good starting field position here for Kiski.
Yeah, the last 2 drives for the Cavaliers. Decent field position to start. Right around the 40 last time. They're going to have it at the 45, their own 45. So Heinley has Flem behind him. Snap to Heinley. Hesitates, fires out. Oh, bobbled, but still hung on to. And lunging forward for a first down.
Really nice effort there to get that first.
Isaiah Gonzalez, and I'll tell you what, he's a tremendous basketball player. We got a chance to watch him this past season, and that throw from Heinley got out to him. He bobbled it a little bit, which is always trouble because you have a defender bearing down on you right there. But he was able to secure the ball, sidestep that defender, get a couple more yards, and then lunge forward for that first down.
An extra effort there. Love to see it there. Great job getting that first down.
So this will most likely be the last play of the first quarter. Heinley moving men in motion. And hands off to Danino's hit behind the line of the scrimmage, changes direction, breaks a tackle. Trying to get through another man. Here comes a flag in from the back judge. And that would officially end it. We got to see what the flag is would officially end the first quarter, of course. Boy, for all that running, Danino still a yard behind the original line of scrimmage.
Well, that Mars defense just swarming to the ball carrier every time somebody touches it. And Danino just not able to get back to, like you said, get back to that line of scrimmage on that play.
That's a holding call against the Cavaliers, declined by head coach Kasperowicz on the Mars sideline. So at the end of the first quarter here on High Top Sports Network, Mars 14, Kiski nothing. And we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for the second quarter here on High Top Sports Network.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
And welcome back once again to Mars area. Well, it's the middle school, actually, is where the football field is located. I think I said high school before. Heinley looked to be a design keeper right there and hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. So that's going to force, that was 2nd and 12, or excuse me. Yeah, it'll be 3rd and about 14 now. 3rd and 13, excuse me. So let's see what Kiski elects to do here.
These 3rd down and longs are never easy, but they got something in the playbook that's just what the doctor ordered here on this 3rd down and 13.
Well, you see Simmons in the slot right there. He's one of the taller receivers. Heinley drops back, surveys the field, rolls. Now he's going to tuck it and try and run. Mars has him surrounded. He takes a big hit. I mean, that's a good hustle play by your quarterback, but a little quick to tuck and run. Sometimes when you have that much space on this side of the field, kind of maybe want to let your wide receivers work a little bit.
Well, you were saying, too, they had, 3 guys down here, especially your big guy down in the slot. Yep, try to give him a chance to get open, but got a little happy feet there and took off on his own.
Well, Heinley coming into this game, he's a young quarterback, only a sophomore in battle of sophomore quarterbacks here. And it looks like the Cavaliers are going to keep it here on 4th down and go for it, 4th and 7. So let's see what head coach Sam Albert draws up on this 4th and 7. They're inside Mars territory, and you want to keep it moving if you're Kiski right now. Heinley takes the snap, looks out to the left side, throws way high over his intended receiver, and it is intercepted. And that is number 14 for the Planets, finding the sideline. He's going to go all the way down, one man to beat, and tackled right around the 7-yard line. Interception return a long way right there for number 14. That's Hayden Meyer.
Yeah, he just was waiting for that ball. Once that wounded duck just sort of ended up there up in the air, Mars just kind of standing underneath it, waiting for it, and heck of a return there to get it back to the other side of the field.
Well, I got to tell you, it didn't. Here, I think what happened to Heinley is he really tried to put his foot down and fire that ball. And sometimes when you try to overload and throw as hard as you can, that ball comes out and it comes out high. And I think that's
than straight.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what happened to Heinley right there. And I mean, that's just a matter of him trying to put a little bit of extra velocity on that ball and fire it into his wide receiver's chest, because it's a timing play right there, and you want to get that first down. So he really tried to sling it, overthrew. Mayer was there to pick it off and bring it back deep into Kiski territory. There's Wright scampering forward for a touchdown. So another score on the board for the Fightin' Planets, and that is Evan Wright's 2nd touchdown.
Yeah, Mars not wasting any opportunity when they have it. When they have an opportunity to score, they are taking it and showing up on the scoreboard. 21-0. We have an injury down here on the. Looks like a Kiski player is down toward the goal line.
Yeah, hopefully everybody okay right there. And it looks like Danino, and he's up. He's sitting up. So hopefully Dom Danino is all right down there right on the goal line. But the story right now, that Mars offense, and I mean, look, it's going to be tough to not put points on the board when you get an interception return all the way down to the 7-yard line. But the blocking up the middle right there allowed Wright to just kind of tippy-toe into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, like you said, you kind of at least want to make him work for it a little bit there, right? I mean, that's kind of a that's a tall order when you're faced with only a 1 or a 2 yard play. But he wasn't going to be denied on that play regardless, and now it's 21-0, or I should say 20-0 here. But Mars coming out here to looks like kick the extra point.
Yeah, Planet's out on the field. Danino walking off. He's looks a little wobbly right there, but hopefully all is well for Dom Danino, and we'll see him back in this game. He's walking off under his own power on the sideline, so hopefully that young man is all right. And out to boot it once again for the extra point is Mason Childress. Little chip shot for Childress, up and good. So 21-0. Now the Fightin Planets on top of the Cavaliers here on High Top Sports Network. WPIL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference action. And HTSN is also an affiliate of the Trib High School Sports Network. This broadcast also available on their platform. So wherever you might be finding us this evening, thanks for tuning in. 21-0 home team on top. Mars up over Kiski.
It is indeed a homecoming here for these Mars Planets. They're having a great night here so far.
Well, let's see here. And that's going to be Childress kicking off from the 40-yard line. Checking in on some other games tonight on High Top Sports Network. Armstrong up over Indiana, 17-0 here. Or there, excuse me. We're not here.
No, we're
it's
not
21-0 here in the second quarter. 17-0 there, Armstrong.
Only one game going on here tonight.
Yes, that's true. In the first quarter at Indiana, right now, East Allegheny and Freeport tied at 7 apiece. That one looking to be a really good game in the first quarter as Simmons tries to bring another return out. Another good return there from Dominic Simmons up around the 35.
Yeah, there's good speed. And once these guys get their momentum up underneath them, they're tough to bring down. It's taking more than just one tackler from Mars to get a Kiski player down on the ground. So got to love their efforts bringing that ball up the field.
The Cavaliers from their own 35-yard line.
And it looks like Northern Cambria up 7-0 over West Shamokin. And that game also 7-7. Scoreboard just updated right there, so West Shamokin must have just scored. So tie games at Northern Cambria and Freeport. As mentioned, you can find all those games on High Top Sports Network. Shotgun snap to Heinley, fires it out to the left side, getting through a couple attempted tackles right there. Was number 5, Colin Klein.
And those, they're not quite screen passes, but they're almost like a stretch screen type pass. Those seem to be working pretty well here for Kiski. So we'll see if they keep going to that and if they can build on that here at in the second quarter.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for Kiski at the 40-yard line. Heinley takes the snap, takes it himself up the middle, running for it, and he's close to a first down right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he got it. Yep, the refs are saying move the chains, so.
And the clock continues to wind. Well, Kiski has moved the ball. They've gotten some plays.
They have. I mean, they've been in the red zone, once, almost twice tonight. So, yeah, they've been able to move the ball a little bit here tonight. This is good rhythm they found on this drive, and they're looking to get up over the 50 here for the second time this evening.
Flem takes it on first down and bulldozes his way ahead 5 yards, right to the 50-yard line. Boy, nothing fancy right there for Connor Flem. He just put his head down, plowed straight forward.
And straightest line is straight ahead, so quickest way to get somewhere. So Connor Flem taking that to heart and picking up a few yards there, getting it up almost over the 50. So the Kiski area looking to cross the 50 again here this evening.
We are at the 8-minute mark here of the first half. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. And here's a handoff going over that left side. It's number 25 for the Cavaliers. That's Landon Kusik.
It's like another first down.
Yeah, Kiski moving the chains right now. Doing a good job stringing a couple of first downs together. Now Cavaliers once again into Mars territory on this drive. Trying to come away with some points here before we get to the half.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Kiski get on the board here and be able to at least get something, because Mars gets the Mars, nice little play there. Mars gets the ball back at the half is what I was saying there. Sorry.
Well, I don't know if that pass was originally intended for Isaiah Gonzalez, because coming back to it as well was another Kiski receiver, and you saw 2 Mars defenders try and jump it, but it landed perfectly in Gonzalez's gut, and he turned and pushed it up the field for another Kiski first down. So looking to be one of maybe the best drive of the day so far for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, it split those 2 Mars defenders and found the receiver, and he was able to move it upfield very nicely.
So Heinley waits, gets the sign for the play call. Snap. Handoff right here. And hit right around the 30.
Inside the 30, brought down by Childress.
And Childress with the tackle right there. I believe that was Landon Kusik again.
The gain of 3, second down, 7.
Landon Kusik just got some correction on the pronunciation from a man here filming for the Cavaliers.
Good intel there. Figure if anybody knows, these guys will.
For sure. They did help me by turning on the lights, but then we were overruled by the Cavaliers coaching staff. It was glaring, apparently, where they were calling plays. So, oh boy, Heinley winds up and fires. Got a man. What a catch. And that is Simmons for the touchdown.
Wow. What a play. What a catch.
Yeah, wind up and let it fly. Heinley to Simmons for the 29-yard touchdown strike. Cavaliers on the board. That is a heck of a throw and an even better catch by Simmons. First touchdown of the night for Kiski.
Exactly what Kiski needed here toward the end of this first half. Needed to get some points up on the board, and that's got to give you some confidence. What a nice over-the-shoulder throw. The receiver made a great adjustment there and able to find that in the back corner of that end zone.
So Flem here for the extra point. Boots it up. And good. So Cavaliers cut this to a 2-touchdown game with that 29-yard touchdown strike. Carson Heinley to Dominic Simmons. Oh, excuse me. I think that was Isaiah Gonzalez. Was that number 1 or number 11?
I'm not sure.
We're going to ask my guys here. Was that Simmons or Gonzalez? I think it was.
Like to announce.
I thought it was Simmons. He had well, then it was Gonzalez.
The 5 copies, Firedex, and Pittsburgh Property Shark. We thank you.
Well, I thought it was Simmons because he has the long sleeves on, but I'm looking at him out there right now, and he has the long blue sleeves on. And so I think that was Gonzalez who caught that touchdown because Gonzalez has the sort of bluish sleeves on. So maybe it was Simmons. Oh, I'm confusing myself. No, it was number 11.
Number 11 has pink sleeves on.
Well, he's got some pink under the white, recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, that is that who we think caught it?
I believe so. We should go back and look at it real quick. 5:51 left here, first half. Kiski on the board. Kickoff is a short one, going toward the sideline and out of bounds.
And that one will be a flag. That one was not tipped out of bounds. That one just bounced straight out. So that's going to be a flag on Kiski. Mars will take it there at the 40.
I'm going to say it was Gonzalez. I just found the replay here. I'm guessing. Looks like Gonzalez celebrating. So apologies to him. I called it for Dominic Simmons, but it was Isaiah Gonzalez with that touchdown catch, 29 yards, to put the Cavaliers on the board.
Re-kick the ball here.
Now, why...
I'm not sure.
Well, no. I mean, I guess if you're Mars, you have the option to take it, I believe, at the 40. Or you can push them back. And in high school, sometimes this is a better move to push them back, thinking that, they can't try another short kickoff right now. And even if they do try a good boot, you have room to get a decent return. And that is a good boot. And it burns the coverage. Wow. So, coming up. That was a heck of a boot.
Ended up working out in Kiski's favor.
Yeah, certainly did get the touchback. Burning the coverage right there on that kick. I think that was Heinley that kicked that off. So Mars will take over at their own 20-yard line. Kasparowicz getting everybody in order. Takes the shotgun snap. Quick throw. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, but still somehow caught.
Nowhere to go there after he was caught. But, yeah, he was able to corral that after it was tipped at the line.
Yeah, Raphael Bartley able to come up with the reception, but that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage by Kiski, so only a gain of 1 here. Kasparowicz, another quick throw, and there's a lot of open room right there. And off to the races.
One man to beat.
One man to beat indeed. Really running for that. Oh, and the cutback right there. It stays on his feet for the touchdown. That is a massive play right there. 79 yards on the quick wide receiver screen. And Mars answers as Gabe Hine takes it to the house. And once Hine got past the original line of scrimmage, there was nobody in the middle of the field for that Kiski defense. And Hine took off running. And then it was a foot race, able to stop on a dime, cut it back, and evade the would-be tackler.
Yeah, nice little cutback move there at the end of that play. And like you said, Kiski able to put some points up on the board, but Mars able to just quick strike and answer right back.
So a touchdown there, 79 yards. Kasparowicz to Hine, and let me tell you, the yards after catch. Oh, that snap gets away, and falling on it is Mars. So there will be no extra point attempt as that snap went high over the head of the holder. And that was Luke Goodworth down there. Goodworth able to recover and fall on the ball. But I was going to say the yards after catch there for Gabe Hine, they were about 79 of that 79-yard touchdown.
Yep, that was a very impressive play. Once he got past that line of scrimmage, he was not going to be denied.
So Mars with the quick answer, and, Kiski really working hard on that last drive, comes up with a big play. Heinley to Isaiah Gonzalez at that far front pylon, able to make a tremendous catch. And then you actually pin them deep after the touchback off the kickoff following the penalty. That is the worst thing that could possibly happen right there, is to give up a big play in that situation when you have Mars not pinned back, but they're in their own side of the field. And Hein, just nobody in the middle of the field. Everybody playing man, it looked like right there, and Hein got out.
Yeah, you had to be feeling good after that kickoff sort of went your way. You're thinking maybe you could swing a little bit of momentum there, get the ball back again quickly at the end of this half, or toward the end of this half, and see what you'd be able to do. But instead, Mars has got that quick wide receiver screen, and 79 yards later, we're talking about a kickoff. So,
well, here is the boot, and that will be taken by Simmons. And Simmons trying to find a lane up over the 30, but a good tackle right there. Looked like number 83. And that was Lucas Ross with the Lucas Vacanti. My fault. It's pretty crazy that both Mars and Kiski both have a number 83 with the first name Lucas. We got those guys mixed
small
up.
World, yeah. Oh,
Sorry about that.
Easy to do, it sounds like.
Sorry about that, fellas. Vacanti for the Cavaliers makes... Well, no, that would have been Ross. I'm real mixed up now. Kiski returned it. So I looked at their roster after I looked at Mars, thinking I had them backwards, and I did. So Ross with the tackle of Simmons.
There you go.
We'll get it.
Who's on first?
Exactly. Oh, there's a big run. Connor Flem for a first down. On first down.
Able to find a little seam there. Another nice chunk play, as we've been talking about. Kiski's been having a lot of those tonight.
On the stop for the Planet defense.
So Kiski back up on the ball. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. 27-7, the Fightin Planets lead the Cavaliers here on homecoming at Mars. Another handoff and finding contact at the line of scrimmage again. That was Flem falling forward for a couple.
Tough to bring down, as we've said, Flem. Once he gets that momentum going, it takes a few of those planets to, Fightin Planets, I should say, to get him down on the ground.
So Kiski taking their time right here on this drive, trying to hopefully get a touchdown there and not leave Mars any time with the ball, because Mars has been explosive tonight. I'm sure Kiski has a distinct advantage in time of possession right now, but on the scoreboard, Fightin Planets up by 20.
Well, Mars will get that ball back. As we know, they deferred to the second half. So,
well, I'll tell you what, Heinley put that ball right in Gonzalez's hands, and it hit Gonzalez's hands and popped away. And we saw that earlier. Gonzalez kind of bobbled one, but was able to corral it and then get forward for that first down. But that time right there off both hands, and you could see that Gonzalez was frustrated with himself because he had some blockers out in front of him, Judd.
Sorry, I was a little distracted there. The coaches were trying to get the play. I couldn't figure out what they were. There was a lot of commotion down on that Mars sideline. I couldn't figure out if there was...
They were trying to get the personnel right, because you could see guys kind of coming off the sideline, kind of coming, do I get off the field right here? And then they finally got it figured out.
You haven't seen too much of that tonight. Mars has been a pretty whoop.
Heinley deep. Oh, and just out in front of number 6, who had a step. That was Luke Emmerling. And he had a step right there on his man, Emmerling. And that ball, it seemed like it was maybe like a foot or two in front of him and maybe just a little bit inside to that left.
And that's twice tonight we've seen balls kind of go in that direction, where we had a receiver down the field, a nice round, and just a little bit outside of his reach.
For the Cavaliers, game 9. That's the receiver for the Planets.
3:53 remaining in the first half. Flem back to punt. And he gets, it's a short one right there. I think he was trying to directionally kick it. And Flem going to go and down his own punt. You don't see that often.
Very often.
He didn't down it. He let a teammate do it, but he was standing right over top of the ball. 3:41 remaining in the half. Planets take over.
And they'll be wanting to maybe cross that end zone one more time if they can here. As we said, they'll get the ball back at the the start of the second half. So don't need to rush too badly here, but probably want to put at least 3 up on the board here to get this half closed out.
And after this play, we'll check our out-of-town scores. 3 other games on the network this evening. All 3 also can be found on the Trib High School Sports Network. Kasparowicz in the shotgun, takes the snap, surveys, going to look long down the field, and that's way long. Well overthrown right there. Kasparowicz looking for Hayden Mayer, streaking toward the middle of the field, but well overthrown.
Way too far out in front of him there.
That happens, both of these guys, both of these quarterbacks young, both sophomores, both lefties too, which is interesting. And you can see when they both of them, it's happened to both of them in this game where they've tried to put a little extra on the ball and it just sails. And that's just a sign of a young quarterback. Both of these guys will certainly get it figured out, and a huge play in the backfield. Big number 77 for the Cavaliers. Jack Kreider in there and swallows up the back for a loss.
That's good penetration there, able to get in the backfield, find that ball carrier, immediately bring him down.
Nice play by Kreider, blowing off his block. And then wrapping up and dropping the running back. That was Garrett Hull. Or excuse me, not Garrett Hull. That was 22, not 21. Pardon me. Carlos Orr. So Kasparowicz fakes the handoff to Orr, and again throwing down the sideline, but that one long.
Just a little too far.
That was Raphael Bartley down the sideline again. And guess what? Kiski's going to get the ball back here. First time that they've been able to really stop Mars in their tracks. And now a chance to get that ball back here with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Kiski able to put something there, even put together a long drive and get some points on the board here to end this half.
That punt to the left of Simmons. He's going to just back away from it and let Mars down it. And Kiski again going to start out with decent field position at their own 38-yard line. And they've got to be getting some confidence here, having moved the ball and made some big chunk plays so far against this Mars defense. And boy, oh boy, wouldn't another touchdown make this one interesting before the half.
Well, you could feel that they're starting to put something together here. I think they're kind of starting to get their feet up underneath them a little bit and, learn a little bit about what their opponent's trying to do here tonight and kind of react to some of that and kind of come up with a counterpunch of their own. So it's really nice to see a little bit of momentum going here for Kiski to end this half. We'll see what they're able to do.
So first play here on this drive, Flem pushing forward. I mean, he had guys hanging all over him, was still able to get a gain of about 6 or 7.
No, he doesn't go down easy. He certainly doesn't go down in the first hit, that's for sure.
That's actually a gain of 8 yards right there by Flem. So a nice run by Connor Flem on first down. Let's see if Kiski tries to speed it up a little bit. Still taking time in the huddle. Heinley's got Flem behind him. 2 minutes left here. Handoff to Flem. Looking to plow forward. He does once again, and he's close to first down yardage.
Yeah, it's like the refs are saying move the chains.
They are indeed. So that first down brings the ball up to the Cavaliers' 49-yard line. Don't forget, at halftime, which is sponsored by Shevlin Concrete Construction Incorporated, we will leave the mics on here, and you'll be able to enjoy the band.
I think they said they're going to announce the homecoming queen at halftime as well, Josh.
Also very exciting. Is that out? Is to Gonzalez. He hauls it in. Oh, got a good catch there by Isaiah Gonzalez, and he has been Heinley's favorite target tonight. So now Kiski in a bit of a hurry up as we approach 1 minute to play in the first half. Oh, and a flag just before the snap.
False start.
And it goes against the Cavaliers after a nice play on first down. That little curl by Gonzalez coming back to that low throw from Heinley. Got it both arms under it and scooped it off the turf basically for a nice catch, but now a false start pushing Kiski back.
Yeah, a little bit of a momentum killer there. They were moving. They had some tempo going there, so you hate to see that happen, but looks like Kiski's ready to get back up on the ball and get it started again.
So Heinley has Flem directly behind him. Oh, and they looked like the Kiski wide receivers got an early start, but no flag. Heinley evades a man, trying to get to the sidelines, and does. So that will stop the clock with 36.5 seconds left.
Good job getting out of bounds there. Good clock awareness.
36.5 seconds remaining in the half.
So that is going to make it a 3rd and 7 into Mars territory after that run is Kiski. 36 seconds left here, first half. 27-7, Fightin Planets lead the Cavaliers. Here on High Top Sports Network, Josh Schreckengost alongside Judd Stewart with you here tonight. Oh, Heinley runs into trouble and is sacked, and that was number 44 for the Fightin Planets, was the first one to get there. It looks like a timeout will be called. Yeah, Mars going to call a timeout here with 24.7 seconds left to go.
They're going to maybe try to take another shot or two here at the end zone.
And I'll tell you what, getting in there with that original pressure and the sack was number 44 for Mars, Zach Dental, the freshman. Wow, 6 foot, 200-pound freshman linebacker getting some big-time varsity minutes and in there with a sack, which forces a 4th down. So let's take a look around the network and see what are our out-of-town scores this evening. West Shamokin at Northern Cambria. And it looks like the Colts have a 14-7 lead over the Wolves, just under a minute to play in the first half. So Northern Cambria up on West Shamokin. Another big section showdown, East Allegheny at Freeport. Right now the Jackets have opened up a 2-touchdown lead. Freeport 21, East Allegheny 7. And in our other Greater Allegheny Conference matchup, Armstrong on the road at Indiana, and the Riverhawks up 31-6 in that one. So here's a punt by Flem, and a good punt by Flem, and it's going to be a fair caught by Hine at the 18-yard line.
Well, going to be a long field to have to travel here for Mars to try to get something done here at the end of this half, but we've seen them do it quickly before tonight, Josh.
Well, you know, normally I would say, there's 24 seconds left. Well, excuse me, 18.7 seconds. 18.7 seconds left following that punt. And normally I'd say, well, you know, just take a knee, go to the locker room. But this Mars offense has shown the ability to break the big play. So
they have break the big play and break it quickly too.
Well, the men in the backfield make it look like they're just going to take a knee. And Kasperowicz does just that. And that will bring us to the end of the first half here on High Top Sports Network. The Mars offense dynamic tonight, hitting some big plays. And they lead the Kiski area Cavaliers 27-7. Kiski able to get on the board there in the second quarter with a beautiful back shoulder throw to that near pylon on the far side of the field. Heinley to Isaiah Gonzalez for a 29-yard touchdown, but Mars has gotten a couple of touchdown passes from Kasperowicz and a couple of touchdown runs from Evan Wright. And could not convert the extra point on their last score.
No, that fumble, or excuse me, the snap was over the center's head. A little bit of a fumble on that play.
So that is where we are here as the bands are about to take the field on this Chevron Concrete Construction game night. They are also the halftime sponsor here on High Top Sports Network. So what we're going to do is Judd and I are going to put our mics out the window since we are confined to one small window, which you're hanging out of to film this.
Well, thankfully, I don't have to hang out the window too much. The camera's hanging out the window a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little scary, but she looks pretty secure.
Yeah.
But first, Kiski Area Marching Band, one of the bigger bands that you'll see, around 150 members of this Cavaliers marching band. And they are about to take the field. Go ahead and position your mic out the window there, and I'll do the same. And we'll be back at the end of halftime. Thanks to Shevlin Concrete Construction for sponsoring the halftime show. 27-7, Mars leads Kiski Area. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh Ruggengoss. We'll be back after the bands and the homecoming.
The Kiski Area Marching Band performing their opener from the show entitled Corners of My Mind. This year's show has been inspired by a variety of music, including Henry Purcell's Funeral March for Queen Mary, J.S. Bach's Mass in B minor, Bach's Little Fugue in G minor, and the title track of the Netflix series The Haunting of Hill House, written by the Newton brothers. Tomorrow morning, the band will be traveling to the University of Delaware to defend their Mid-Atlantic Bands of America Regional Championship title. We'd like to wish the band good luck and safe travels as they leave tomorrow morning to Delaware. Performing their opener from the 2022 production entitled Corners of My Mind, the Kiski Area High School Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kiski Area High School Marching Band. behalf of the Kiski Area Marching Band and Instrumental Boosters, we'd like to thank you everybody for watching us this evening, and we look forward to playing for you again.
Good evening. My name is Riley Connolly. And I'm Mia Sharon. And we are members of Mars High School Student Council. We ask that you please turn your attention to the 50-yard line, where the female members of the 2022 Mars High School Homecoming Court will now be introduced. Each member of the court was selected through a vote that took place on September 29th. First, we have Piper Hawkins. Piper Hawkins is escorted by Grant and Kelly Hawkins. Piper is a member of both National Honor Society and Science National Honor Society. She is part of the Enrichment Club and has also served as both a school board representative and a middle school representative for Mars High School Student Council. Piper is a captain of the Mars High School varsity girls soccer team and is also a captain of her Pittsburgh Riverhounds ECNL team. In her spare time, Piper coaches soccer for Quick Skills and BG Soccer and has also served as a volunteer for A Night to Remember. Piper plans to attend and play soccer at Indiana University, where she will major in finance. Next, we have Cali Davis. Cali Davis is escorted by Philip and Julie Davis. Cali is the president of Spanish Club and is a member of Spanish National Honor Society. She is also a member of Key Club and Film Club. In her spare time, Cali volunteers in the children's ministry at Northway Christian Community Church. Cali plans to attend Grove City College to major in psychology and child development. Up next is Gwen Howe. Gwen House is escorted by Simla and Jennifer House. Gwen is a member of National Honor Society, German National Honor Society, and Science National Honor Society. She is also the class council president and is a member of student council. Gwen is the captain of the Mars High School varsity girls soccer team and also plays soccer for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. In her free time, Gwen coaches soccer at Mars Youth Camp, volunteers at Foster Love Project, and also volunteers yearly at A Night to Remember. Gwen will be attending and playing soccer at the University of Richmond and plans to pursue a degree in the medical field. Next, we have Kate Monshoff. Kate Monshoff is escorted by Kevin and Beth Monshoff. Kate is a member of National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, as well as Spanish National Honor Society. She also serves as the president of the American Field Study Club. Kate is involved in Spanish Club and class council. She is a 4-year member of the Mars High School girls volleyball team and is also employed at Philly Pretzel Factory. Kate plans to attend a 4-year university majoring in biology. Next is Eva Renal. Eva Renal is escorted by Jeff and Dawn Renal. Eva is a member of National Honor Society as well as German National Honor Society. She serves as the treasurer of class council and is also a member of AFS. Eva is a member of the Mars High School varsity girls soccer team. In the future, Eva plans to attend a 4-year university majoring in interior design. Up next, we have Samantha Tuxedo. Samantha Tuxedo is escorted by Lou and Heather Tuxedo. Samantha is a high honor roll student. She is a member of Film Club, Key Club, as well as Spanish Club. Samantha is also a member of the Future Business Leaders of America. In her spare time, Samantha has worked at Dunkin' for 2 years. Samantha plans to attend a 4-year college and plans to double major in accounting and finance. Next is Taylor Tumulty. Taylor Tumulty is escorted by Tom and Chris Tumulty. Taylor is a member of Spanish Club as well as Spanish National Honor Society. She is the vice president of class council and is also involved in American Field Service Club. Taylor was a 2-year member of the Mars High School cheer team and a 1-year member of the varsity dance team. In her spare time, Taylor works at Philly Pretzel Factory. Taylor plans to attend a 4-year university to study early childhood education. Up next is Olivia Wilson. Olivia Wilson is escorted by Christian and Ginger Wilson. Olivia is a member of National Honor Society as well as Spanish National Honor Society. She is the treasurer of Student Council and is also involved in class council. Olivia is involved in Spanish Club, Friends of Rachel Club, and the Creative Writing Club. She is also a member of the Mars High School varsity girls soccer team. In the future, Olivia plans to attend Marietta College to play soccer and major in early education with a minor in business. We would now like to welcome last year's homecoming queen, arrived from the Tuesday to the field. Eliza currently attends Penn State University. Eliza will be passing the crown on to our new homecoming queen at this time. The final vote was taken on October 7th. Mars High School, your 2022 homecoming queen is Kate Monshoff. Congratulations to Kate Monshoff and all the members of the 2022 Homecoming Court. It is a huge honor to be a part of this and will be an unforgettable moment to look back on in the future. Student Council would like to thank everyone who voted for Homecoming Court and for the King and Queen. Enjoy the rest of the football game and go Planet!
Let's give one final round of applause to Kate Monshoff and the entire homecoming court. If I could have your attention, please. Would Marley Peterson please go to the ticket booth. Marley Peterson, please go to the ticket booth. Thank you. I want to thank some corporate sponsors for the Mars cheerleaders. Beryl Ford, Cintas, Classic Automotive, Joe Stopko Orthodontist, the Early Years Community Learning Center, Eddie Homes, the Goddard Schools, Hampton Event Center, Campus Orthodontist, Heartland Homes, Lepton, Mars Animal Depot, Nosh and Kurd, Peck's Second Chance Furniture Restoration, Quality Gardens, Rhodes Orthodontics, Salt Power Yoga, the Sandy Hill Kennels, Saxonburg Boulevard Auto Parts, Supremo's Pizza, the B-Man, the Narrative Church, and Tricell Group Great Clips. We thank you for supporting the Mars cheerleaders.
Looks like it's t-shirt toss time.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network's presentation of WPIL Class 4A Greater Allegheny Conference Varsity Football, featuring the visiting Kiski area Cavaliers and the host Mars Fightin Planets. 24 minutes in the book. My name is Josh Reckengast alongside Judd Stewart. And the Fightin Planets have a 27-7 lead as we count down the final seconds of halftime. You got to enjoy the Kiski area marching band, the Mars marching band, as well as the Mars Homecoming Queen presentation.
Yeah, and it'll be tough here for these teams to kind of get warm here after that long layoff. You know, halftime a little bit longer than it normally is, so they only had about 3 minutes to get back out here onto the field and get stretched out before game time starts here again, Josh. So both teams kind of at that same disadvantage to start the second half.
And before we get it underway here in half number 2, we'll go through the local scores of the other games we have here on High Top Sports Network this evening. At halftime in Northern Cambria, the Colts lead the West Shamokin Wolves 14-7. Also at halftime in Sarver, the Freeport Yellow Jackets up by a touchdown over the East Allegheny Wildcats 21-3. And in Indiana, PA, the Armstrong Riverhawks up 31-6. Looks like halftime is just getting finished. Well, it says 31-6 on the scoreboard, but it looks like 31-7 on the actual scoreboard at Indiana. So 31-7. The Little Indians trail the Armstrong Riverhawks. And 27-7 here. Mars won the opening toss, decided to defer, so they will get the ball first, and their offense has been quick strike, and it has been lethal. Big plays, including a 79-yard catch and run on a little wide receiver screen to Gabe Hine right before the end of the first half. So let's see what Mars and Kiski have in store here for the next 24 minutes. The kickoff, deep left-footed kick, fielded just inside the 20-yard line. Trying to get to the outside on the far sideline. Wrapped up and drug out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Big return there to start the half for Mars.
Noah Nesselrode, first time we've called his name. Nice return there by number 4, Noah Nesselrode. So the Fightin Planets about to get their first possession of the second half underway. Eric Kasperowitz in the shotgun. To his right is Evan Wright. There's the snap. And outside to the left side is Wright.
Yeah, Mars kind of picking up right where they left off. Spreading the field there, you know, a lot of up-tempo offense. You know, get those wide receivers out, spread, and kind of use that misdirection out of the backfield to get the running game going.
And that was a gain of 8 yards there for Wright. Kasperowitz fakes the handoff, got a man up top, and that's Hine again, and he will go. And that quick strike, big play offense of the Fightin Planets hits again. Oh, and there's, I don't know what kind of celebration that was by Hine.
A little overzealous there. He lost his balance a bit on the chest bump, but it was only a matter of time, Josh. That play kind of developing all night long, and you know, you saw the quarterback just kind of overthrow, and it was only a matter of time before he kind of caught his rhythm, and there you see it there. He was able to hit his man for a long touchdown.
Just 25 seconds into this second half, and Mars hits again, and that was Kasperowitz to Hine for a 49-yard touchdown up over the top and into the end zone. Fightin Planets looking to put the extra point away. They do. Oh, no good. Excuse me. That one goes wide left.
Wide left. So both teams trading off on missed field goals. And now that's twice now that Mars hasn't been able to make good on the extra point. Once with a bad snap and now the missed kick. So
yeah, good point there, Judd. Couple of missed extra points here for the Fightin Planets, but now up 33-7 in this one, just underway in the second half.
Truthfully, that's about the only thing that hasn't quite gone their way this evening are those two mixed extra point. Otherwise, they've been firing on all cylinders here tonight.
Well, it's been a good battle between the Kiski offense and the Mars defense, but on the other side of the ball, that Mars offense so lethal, and they're striking so quickly, and it's big plays too. It's large chunks of yardage, and once these speedy Mars receivers get into the open field, it's nearly impossible to run them down. So now a 26-point lead for the home team. Fightin Planets on top. Mason Childress called his name quite a few times tonight because he's kicked off so many times. And he made a couple of tackles too, so.
And he's had kind of a mixed bag tonight. A couple kicks have gone, you know, a little bit wonky. Other kicks have gone pretty nicely here from there. So that's a decent kick down the field.
And looking for room, but pushed out of bounds just over the 25-yard line was Dominic Simmons. So first offensive possession for the Cavaliers coming up here, just 30 seconds in to the third quarter.
And that running game was working for them there in that first half, Josh. So see here if Kiski decides to go back out again, Fenn, and see if he continues to get some chunk plays at a time, and maybe they'll stick with that a bit more here in the second half.
Well, Heinley has Flem behind him, and Flem was effective there in the second quarter, just powering forward. And that's what he's doing again, bowls two Mars defenders. I mean, the first guy in there to try and tackle him just got steamrolled.
He really did. He went high on him, which you don't want to do. Don't want to do there on Flem. He tried to go high on him, and he just steamrolled his way forward for another couple yards. So if you're going to try to tackle him by yourself, you're going to want to get lower than he is.
That's a punishing 4-yard carry there by Connor Flem. And now behind Heinley is Cusick. he's had a couple of decent runs today as well for the Cavaliers. So Cusick carrying the ball, running hard, but not much there. Maybe 3, maybe just 2, judging by where the down marker is placed. So Cusick going to check out.
And Kiski finding themselves again here in third down trouble. That's kind of a position they found themselves in all night long. Able to convert a few times here tonight.
Yeah, and this is a manageable third down.
Big time.
3rd and 5, there are plenty of plays in the playbook for those. Let's see what the Cavaliers have in store. Fake handoff. Oh, nice little dump off there by Heinley. He's got a man. I don't know if he's got the first down, though. Couldn't get turned and cut up the field.
To it.
And that was Connor Jordan.
This referee down here on the far sideline says move the chain. So,
well, I was kind of waiting for Jordan to kind of, try and cut that upfield, but he got tackled on an angle that was really close to that first down yardage. But as you said, Judd, the official signals first down, so the sticks will move.
Just able to get the nose of that ball up over that yard line. So they gave him the down to go, and fresh set of downs here for Kiski.
Finally takes the snap on 1st and 10, fires. That's out to Gonzalez, but Gonzalez hit immediately and dropped by number 7, Cole Yoshioka.
Kindly throwing a nice ball here again this evening. Finding those receivers on those quick outs, those they're not quite screens. They're just, just a few yards across the line of scrimmage, or those quick momentum plays. He's really finding them a nice zip on that ball to get it to those receivers on those quick sort of slant routes.
Only a gain of 2 there for Gonzalez. Yoshioka coming up with a quick hit, able to stop that play before it really got started. Fake handoff there to Flem. Heinley going to keep it himself. Gets forward. A decent run there, and it's going to be another manageable third down for the Cavaliers. And there is a penalty flag, and usually on those sweep-type plays, and it's in the backfield, so that one is going against Kiski area. And that's tough. That would have made it about a 3rd and 4, another manageable third down. Instead, Cavaliers are going to have a 2nd and long.
We haven't seen too many flags here tonight, Josh. But I'll tell you what, last week it was a flag-happy football game. The referees were calling just about everything. So not quite the same story here tonight.
Man clock rolling again after the penalty is sorted out. 2nd and 17 now for the Cavaliers. Heinley takes a snap, design run for the quarterback. Heinley gets those legs moving, gets a block, and he's hit hard, right? Yeah, he was definitely in the white there when he got hit, but no flag.
No, we did like we were just saying. In stark contrast to Kiski's game last week, where the laundry was all over the field, the referees are kind of swallowing their whistles a bit here tonight.
Well, that was dangerously close to being a late hit out of bounds right there on Mars, and I think I've seen closer ones called than that, so the Fightin Planets get a break.
Play on, say the officials.
Yeah, no flag. Decent run by Heinley, though, to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so a 7-yard pickup by Heinley on that design run. 3rd and 10 now for the Cavaliers. Shotgun snap to Heinley. Looks toward the sidelines. Got Gonzalez. Oh, great defensive coverage on Gonzalez right there by number 4 for the Fightin Planets, Noah Nesselrode.
And Gonzalez looks like he comes up a little bit gingerly on that leg. He's getting off to the sideline on his own power, but he's definitely limping there a little bit. So Kiski out to punt here.
Sorry, had to grab a Kleenex right there. The little cold wind's got the nose running a bit. Flem to punt it away. Nice high end-over-end punt by Flem, and that's going to take a big-time Kiski roll. Down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, big advantage for Kiski there.
So that is where Mars will take over, up 33-7.
Everyone wants to take out their 50-50.
Only took a couple of plays for Mars to score on their first possession of this half. The 49-yard touchdown pass from Kasperowitz to Hine.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back out onto the field is the Mars offense. Kasparowicz, hard count there, kind of walks away. Double checks with the sideline, comes back up, shouts direction. And here's the snap. Handoff right there. A couple of yards before he's hit and dropped.
Up to the 27-yard line. All right, here is the
And that was number 22 for the Fightin Planets.
yellow ticket.
No, it's 50-50 time. Is there anything more exciting than the 50-50 drawing at a high school football game? I don't know.
Have you ever won one?
Not at a high school football game. I was talking to you earlier about gymnastics, was what my sister did when I was a kid. We won a few 50-50s in those days, that's for sure.
Nice. Kasparowicz. Oh, that was a great throw, but even better coverage getting there at the exact same time as that pass to break it up. Terry Martin, and he came in there, and I mean, he popped the exact perfect time as Raphael Bartley came over the middle, and great coverage there by Kiski to knock that ball away and not draw a penalty.
Force that incompletion. Yep, exactly. And like you said, to also not draw that penalty. Great job.
Kasparowicz here fakes the handoff. Quick throw. That's Hine again. Oh, Hine breaks out of a tackle. Another one. And now Hine's got some more extra room. And Hine is off to the races again. Good block downfield by the wide receiver. And here goes Hine. Down the sideline again and gone. Hine with a 73-yard touchdown reception. And again, yards after the catch. Hine's got about 155 yards after the catch on 2 catches.
Well, it looked like they had him bottled up, but he just wouldn't be denied. He found a way to squeak his way in through that little crack there and found a way up the sideline for the touchdown.
Great block by Bartley down the field, too, on the sideline. You can't understate how big that block was by Raphael Bartley, freeing up his teammate Hine to get to that sideline and then hit the Jets. Take off for the touchdown. So Childress trying to get the extra point on the board. I'm going to wait for the signal this time, and they say it's good.
7:24 remaining.
So after a couple of missed extra points,
40-7.
Childress able to bang that one through, and another big play, another catch and run. Kasparowicz to Hine. He's got a 79-yarder and a 73-yarder,
well,
John.
You talked about yards after the catch, and boy, is that the story of the Mars offense tonight. You know, to your point, these wide receivers finding a way to keep the ball moving up the field once they're breaking tackles. Not only are they breaking tackles, but great field vision, being able to see the open spots once they get downfield, finding their blockers, and yeah, the scoreboard kind of tells the rest of the story.
Kasparowicz throwing the ball all over the yard today for the Fightin Planets. Plenty of big play passing touchdowns for the sophomore Fightin Planets quarterback. And that'll give the home team a 33-point lead.
From the press box, freshman Gabe Hine, 4 receptions, 204 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Gabe Hine, 4 receptions, 203 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That's an evening. That's a Friday night.
Yeah, averaging a cool 51 yards per catch.
I think he can get himself a free piece of pizza at the concession stand after the game. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. That one's in the bag. So here's the kickoff taken by Simmons. Simmons has had some really good returns today and up over, well, right around the 35-yard line and pulled down by the Fightin Planets, 40-7. Mars on top. The quick strike offense hits again for the second time in this quarter. We'd also like to thank another sponsor, JT's Cuts. They are our player of the game sponsor today for this broadcast. And Gabe Hine making a pretty big case.
Pretty big argument for a free haircut coming his way.
So here's a handoff to Flem hitting the backfield. Falls forward. Gets over the original line of scrimmage, probably for about a yard.
No gain. Jack Hall on the stop for the Planets.
Clock is winding. 7 minutes to go.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight at Mars Stadium. The student section's full. Looks like they've got a little bit of a whiteout going on down there. Some kind of Viva La Galaxy t-shirt on, I see here tonight, so that must be the rally cry of the homecoming evening.
Long live the Galaxy. Heinley throws to Gonzalez, waiting for the blockers to set up. They do, and it looked like Gonzalez, if he makes one man miss right there, he would have had a long way to run, but a decent tackle out there to stop Gonzalez in his tracks.
Yeah, Mars really doing a nice job of finding the ball carriers out there, and nope, we got a player down on the field there.
Looks like a Fightin Planet, not sure the number, so we're going to take a quick commercial break while the training staff tends to the injured player. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh Reckengast. You're watching High Top Sports Network. We will be right back.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We're here tonight at the Richard G. Snyder YMCA. Steve-O.
Woo! Guys, that's right. It's $5 Sushi Wednesday.
Produce sale. Bananas. 45 cents a pound.
Pork turkeys. You know why we're doing pork turkeys? We're doing a fundraiser.
The meat keeps on rolling the Harry Sprinkle.
You know what day it is today. It is Sushi Wednesday. $5 sushi rolls today.
Well, sorry to our friends over there at Sprankle's Neighborhood Markets, but Jack Hull just popped right up and ran off the field, so glad to see he's okay. False start there by the Cavaliers. We'll push them back 5 yards, but we went to commercial break there because Hull was laying in the field, and, you know, training staff was coming out to check him out, and he was only down for about 5 seconds and popped right up and ran off the field. So thanks to our friends at Sprankle's Neighborhood Markets, all 3 locations. Remember, stop in on Wednesday. Sushi Madness, $5 for a hand-rolled sushi roll. I always go with the spicy tuna. It's a big favorite of mine. I like the spicy salmon as well. So check them out. Heinley rolls, throws, and that one's going to come up short of Gonzalez. And it'll bring up a 4th and 10 for the Cavaliers.
4th down for Kiski.
Gabe Hine, how about that? The freshman just
Having a day.
Going crazy today.
Having a day.
And the yards after the catch, what really impresses me, I mean, really, out
Especially
of
on that last touchdown, Josh.
Yeah.
I mean, that was something to see. He was hemmed in behind that line of scrimmage, broke several tackles, and then after breaking the tackle, found a way upfield. It's just, again, great field vision. Very, very impressive.
Oh, Flem with a good punt. A little misplay right there, diving forward to catch it. And that was Hine right there, but, you know, he waited until the last second to make a move on that. And that was kind of a knuckleball punt by Connor Flem, and Hine dove forward and caught it.
Lucky he was able to pin that against his body the way that he was.
Yeah, I mean, that's a dangerous play. 9 times out of 10, that's gonna hit you in the chest as you're diving for it and bounce away, and then it's a live ball. But a good play there by Hine to field that punt. And that is gonna give Mars the ball at about the 38-yard line. Right in front of the 38-yard line, in fact. 40-7, Fightin Planets lead. 5:42 left in the third quarter. And that's going to be a handoff right there. Oh, and smacked and brought down by number 16. That was Brennan Moore with the big hit. And he brought down number 22, Carlos Orr. Man, that was a smack. That's called running right into your tackler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he had to. He's got to take a breather. So I think
caught that one in the xiphoid process.
He did.
That's going to be a timeout called.
Yeah, it didn't look like Mars was able to quite get that substitution on the field the way they wanted to.
So with the timeout on the field, let's take a timeout here on High Top Sports Network. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh Reckengast. We'll be right back.
Tonight's presentation of high school football on High Top Sports Network is presented by the Richard G. Snyder YMCA.
Life doesn't slow down when the everyday aches and pains have you sidelined. So get back on the field sooner with the care of Olson Chiropractic. Dr. Ryan Olson and his staff treat a variety of conditions for patients of all ages. Don't jeopardize your quality of life and the moments along the way. Let Olson Chiropractic help you find the healthier, younger you. Call Olson Chiropractic at 724-548-1040 to schedule a consultation or see a full list of services online at olson-chiro.com.
And welcome back to the home of the Fightin' Planets.
Yeah,
Mars Area Middle School.
Very nice stadium here this evening. I thank our hosts for having us here to this lovely little place. Some sandwiches for us to snack on.
Oh, yeah, some Sammies. And here's a reverse. Oh, and it's going to – there's a flag down in the backfield. That's going to be a throw. I don't think this one is going to count. And, I mean, oh, man, that's a face mask.
Oh,
so
boy.
The penalties are going to –
probably offset.
We're going to start over because there's a penalty flag way in the backfield, and that looks like an illegal block on Mars on that reverse. It was a reverse into a pass, and sprinting loose after he took that little dump off was Kasperowitz, and he got up around the 20. That's exactly where that flag is, right on the 20-yard line of Kiski. And, I mean, Simmons just reached up, and Kasperowitz was running full speed. Simmons got a handful of face mask and made the tackle via face mask. So those penalties do offset. And a replay of second down. So
all that for naught. Second down, yep.
Yeah, that would have been, a huge loss there with that penalty. Had Simmons just been able to make, a regular legal tackle. Yeah. So Kasperowitz back in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. And he lobs one up for Hine, and just a little bit too long there, looking for that same play that hit earlier in this quarter. This Hine, a little bit of a go ball and just trying to throw over the top and let him run it down.
Just overthrew him just a hair there. But as we said, it was only a matter of time before he was able to hit a couple times big in that first half and once in the second. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it again here. They're going to keep trying that. They're going to keep going back to that well for sure. That play's working.
Kasperowitz, shotgun snap, takes it under pressure immediately and sacked. Big sack there by the Cavaliers.
Great defensive pressure there by the Cavaliers to get in there and get a sack on him there and get off the field. So
Landon Cusick in there. He's definitely going to get at least a half a sack. And also Braden Micah busting through that Mars line and able to take Kasperowitz down. So Mars, unfamiliar here, sending out the punt team. Sends it forward. Here's Simmons. Throws one man off with the left-handed stiff arm, but then hit by another two Mars defenders. And that'll stop the clock here. 3:55 left. Third quarter, Fightin' Planets up 40-7 on the visiting Kiski area Cavaliers. My name is Josh Rettengoss with Judd Stewart here at the Mars Athletic Complex. On homecoming night, Fightin' Planets giving the home team something to cheer about besides the homecoming court.
Yep, and we named a homecoming queen here at halftime. I guess what I heard on the field from the PA announcer is that they're going to name the homecoming queen tomorrow at the dance.
Oh, wow. So here's a handoff. Cusick trying to find his way over left tackle, but gets a few. That's going to be a gain of just over 3 yards there.
More corporate sponsors for the football team, Dow Brothers Landscaping.
Well, man, it's close to 4, actually. Looks really close to 4. They're marking it 2nd and 7.
That was a generous spot, but yeah, absolutely. I will take it here.
It looks like 4 yards, honestly, but, Cusick running hard there over left tackle, or over right tackle, excuse me. So Heinley in the pistol right now. Beside him, that is Flem. And now Flem out in front to block for Heinley. And Heinley turns on the jets, cuts it back inside right around the Mars 46-yard line.
Really nice little play there to pick up the first down.
Yeah, right at the 45, actually, and we've got a player down, and it just looks like a cramp there working out near the Kiski sideline. And that Cavalier is up and seems to be no worse for wear. That is number 15, Terry Martin. He's made some nice plays on the defensive side of the ball tonight for the Cavaliers. So Martin just looked like a cramp the way they were working on that leg, had it stretched.
He got up pretty quickly too, and I think once he was able to get it worked out, he was able to jog off on his own power. So I see him kind of walking back and forth on the sideline, trying to get stretched out there. So looks like he's okay.
Yeah, those cramps in the calves, never fun. Here's Flem. Oh, man, Flem finds an opening, and he's headed for the end zone. One man to beat. Flem, big stiff arm right there, and down and out of bounds.
Really nice run there by Flem.
Rumbling, Connor Flem. He gets pushed out around the 7. So that was a heck of a run there by Flem. Best play of the day.
And he says, keep me in. He's not going to check himself out. So he's feeling good. He's ready. He says, give me the rock again.
Ball at the 7-yard line. So a nice run there by Connor Flem to get down inside the Mars 10.
Kiski knocking on the door here for the first time in quite a while. But they've had some success down here.
Handoff again to Flem. Bounces off a man, carrying 2 tacklers with him, and stopped down around the 5. Well, they're going to give him 1 right there to the 6-yard line. So it will be 2nd and goal. Well, it should have been a 2-yard gain there because they spotted him at the 7. Now the ball's sitting on the 5-yard line. So I'm not much of a math guy, but I think I could figure that one out.
Seems to be at least a 2-yard gain.
Oops. So now Cavaliers 5 yards away. Trying to punch that in and pull just a little bit closer. Heinle fakes the handoff and throws for a touchdown.
Nice play there.
I'm trying to see the... I think they said Caldwell.
Caldwell, yeah.
Couldn't see the number. I was trying to see the first name there for the Cavalier who caught the touchdown. They said Caldwell. But that's what a good running game will do for you, Judd. As Flem knocks the extra point. Mason Caldwell. Congratulations to that young man.
Yes, that is what a good running game will do for you. That opens up the pass play and opens up the pass game, and it certainly makes you have to respect that play action at the line of scrimmage, which is exactly what Kiski was able to do on that play. So,
yeah, good call there, Judd. I mean, they give the rock to Flem. He busts that big run, gets him down inside. They hand it to him again. Boom. They think, if you're Mars right there, you think they're just going to keep pounding. And as you said, you got to kind of suck up towards the line of scrimmage if you're that front 7 for the Fightin Planets. And Heinle, good play action, left Mason Caldwell all by himself there in the end zone. Easy dump off pitch and catch for the 5-yard score. So
Mason
that will be
a tall target there too. So.
Yeah, he is. Let's see what we've got him listed at here. 6'3", 215, junior tight end. So Caldwell, as you said, a big target there. Easy for Heinle to see him, A, because he is so big, and B, there was no one near him.
No, he was wide open there in the flat back of that end zone. He was about right at in between the tip of the A and the M of Mars, and he had that nice big piece of bluegrass wall by himself and pulled in the touchdown.
So 40-14 now, Fightin Planets lead. Touchdown there by the Cavaliers. Oh, onside kick. And that one's bouncing around. Kiski on top of it. No.
No, it looked like Mars. Yeah, it looks like Mars.
Hine. Was it Hine?
Yeah, I think
yes,
so.
Yes, it was. Gabe Hine. And that ball was bouncing around like a pinball there. Good execution of that onside kick by the Cavaliers. And they had a couple guys had a shot at it behind.
Definitely caught Mars off guard there. And, yeah, you're exactly right. That ball just kind of kept bouncing until somebody from, like you said, till Hein was able to just kind of let it scoop into his belly and land on top of it.
So Kasperowitz having himself a day under center, even though he's not been under center. He's been in the shotgun all day. But having himself a day, he and Gabe Hein have formed the connection. And the handoff right there. Oh, bouncing off two tacklers, still on his feet, pushing forward past the first down. I believe that was Orr. And indeed it was Carlos Orr.
Mars not taking their foot off the pedal here. They're still running that up-tempo, no-huddle offense. Even up here big at the end, toward the end of this game here. They're just, that's kind of how they're wired, is just to keep moving.
Well, there's a penalty immediately. And it looks like it's going to be a free play for Mars. I think Kiski might have been offsides right there. Nope, it's going against the Fightin Planets. So that play negated by the false start. We'll bring that one back. Another 5 yards. 1:28 left here in the third quarter. First and 15 now for the Fightin Planets. 1:28 left in the third. 40-14 is the score. Kasperowitz got a man over the middle. Oh, and another nice play in coverage. And he was down with a cramp earlier, and it might be coming back up to bite him again. Terry Martin, and he's made a couple of really, really nice pass breakups. But you can see that cramp in the calf has got him again, and those are so tough to shake. If you've played sports, you know what happens. You get one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, you keep coming back.
It doesn't matter how well you hydrate. They're going to keep coming back throughout the rest of the game, and especially when you exert yourself the same way that Martin did right there, jumping that route and busting up that play.
Yeah, really nice play there to keep that an incomplete pass.
Knocked that one away from Aiden Alessio, was the intended receiver, and Martin just going to kind of hobble off there. You can tell he's trying to flex those toes to get that calf as loose as possible. But a nice play. $124 left here after that incompletion. Mars back out on the field. Kasperowitz. After that incompletion, 2nd and 15 here for the Fightin Planets.
2nd and 15 for Planet.
Yeah, Kasperowitz takes the shotgun snap immediately under pressure, gets away from one man, but is dropped and sacked by big number 77, Jack Kreider, in there again. He's got a couple of sacks today.
And he tried to get back to that line of scrimmage, but just couldn't do it and had to take the sack.
Yeah, Kreider having himself a heck of a game on that defensive line. So Kasperowitz on 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, dives forward to the 50. That's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down marker. Oh, excuse me. I had the pole in my face. It's 12 yards short of the first down marker. I was looking at the original line of scrimmage right there. Some press boxes, you get the poles in the wrong places. I'm looking at the computer, then I'm looking up, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty close to a first down. Nope. Still 12 yards away, but.
Yep, a little bit farther.
Yeah, 4th and 12 here. And Kasperowitz drops back, little punt. So smart play right there by Mars, and we're going to see if they can keep it out of the end zone. Oh, he'll give him chase to it.
Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he tried to put the brakes on. That was Childress, the kicker. And right there, you got to know, look, it's going to be impossible for me to get stopped and catch the ball. You got to be running to the ball, try and get in front of it and knock it backwards for one of your teammates to try and down it right there.
Nope, just couldn't get his momentum stopped.
So the touchback gives Kiski a break right there out of the shadow of their own end zone. But if Childress, I think if he keeps running through that ball and just kind of bats it backward, he had two teammates trailing him, and that would have been a good chance for Mars to down it inside the 5, but instead, Kiski area going to take over on their own 20, 10.3 seconds left. Here in quarter number 3, Heinle takes the shotgun snap, fires it out quickly to Gonzalez, waiting for blockers. Gonzalez, good footwork there to get forward for a couple. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Fightin Planets on top of the Cavaliers, 40-14. And while we have a break between quarters, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we will be right back. Remember, this evening's game and all the other games on High Top Sports Network also available on the Trib High School Sports Network. So wherever you are watching tonight, thank you so much for joining. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh Reckengoss. We'll be back in a jiff.
If you're an athlete looking for the best in personal training to dominate your sport, look no further than Richard D. Snyder YMCA.
Check out our newly renovated annex, complete with turf, everything you need to stay in shape, as well as our very own golf simulator, complete with all kinds of pro courses that you can play, so make sure to reserve your time now.
Come visit the Richard D. Snyder YMCA and help grow our community.
And welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter here. Handoff inside to Connor Flem. Pushing forward. He'll get himself a decent gainer on first down. On second down. But that'll result in a first down for the Cavaliers. And right now, if you're Kiski, I mean, boy, oh boy, it's impossible to think, you never want to think it's impossible is what I was trying to say, that you can score 26 points, but their offense has really executed pretty well for the most part tonight, and they've done a good job against this Mars defense as Flem takes that one.
They've had, some really nice moments here and there, and they've had, like we said, those big chunk plays.
Got another cramp.
Another cramp up there, yeah. Oh, it looks like he's okay. Going to be able to get up on his own. Get back to the huddle. Another cramp up there, though, on the other side.
Yeah, so that's the one I was looking at. I didn't even realize there was...
Yeah, number 54 was down there grabbing his leg, but he seemed to be able to get up okay. But
well, let's take a quick commercial here while we got the training staff working on a Kiski player who is down. We'll be right back.
Shop and Save at Franklin Village is a family-owned, community-dedicated supermarket with a wide variety of quality food and friendly personnel to make your shopping experience easy. Stop by their award-winning butcher shop where you'll find the freshest cuts of USDA-inspected beef, pork, and poultry. Head to the bakery for the freshest bread and rolls, and don't forget to stop by the deli for an excellent selection of cold cuts, meats, cheeses, and prepared foods like their fantastic fried chicken. That's Shop and Save at Franklin Village.
And welcome back to Mars Athletic Complex. My name is Josh Reckengoss here with Judd Stewart. Fightin Planets on top. 40-14. Cavaliers with the ball right now. Heinle looking deep down the field. He's got a man. That's Gonzalez. What a play by Gonzalez to haul that in. Oh, boy, that is a veteran wide receiver move right there. Did not show his hands until the very last second. Excellent coverage.
Tracked that ball all the way down the field, stuck with it, waited till, like you said, Josh, that last second to show his hands up there, and the ball was put exactly where it needed to be, and a great, great, great play by Gonzalez.
Any youngsters out there wanting to learn how to play the wide receiver position, take a look at that play by Gonzalez, as well as that touchdown he caught in the first half. Just really smooth, just running after the ball completely in stride. Shows his hands at the very last second. Was covered well by Childress. But that ball dropped in there nicely by Heinle as well. Big gainer for the Cavaliers, and they are in Mars territory at the Fightin Planets 21. Handoff right now to Flem. Pushing the pile forward, and that's something he has done all night. Be hard-pressed to find a run for negative yardage by Connor Flem. I mean, he's catching that handoff right in his gut going downhill already.
Breaking tackles, again, always getting to that second level, never allowing that first set of defenders to bring him down. Always able to kind of get to that second level of defenders and at least gain a yard or two, like you said, Josh, every play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Judd. So clock winding under 10 minutes here. Cavaliers taking their time in the huddle. 2nd and 7 for Kiski at the Mars 18-yard line. Heinle seemingly getting a little bit more comfortable, it seems, quarter by quarter at this quarterback position. See what he does here. 2nd and 7, looking for Gonzalez again. That ball thrown perfectly. What a catch and what a throw by Carson Heinle. Finds Isaiah Gonzalez again. 2nd time tonight in that same area over there on that far side near the sideline. Another well-thrown ball by Carson Heinle and another great catch by Isaiah Gonzalez. That may be the new and improved connection for Kiski on offense in the passing game going forward.
Well, I'll tell you, Josh, after having watched a few Kiski games this year, especially last week, watching them, there were a few head scratches. I'm watching the play calls and some things, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm just not sure why they were doing some of the things they were doing. Tonight, though, they're really putting their players in a position to be successful. They're allowing them to get into a rhythm. They're allowing them to kind of play to some of their strength. They're utilizing their team in a much better way tonight. So I have to applaud Kiski coaching staff for making some adjustments week to week and really kind of, going with what's working tonight.
So Flem in for the extra point. Snap. Hold is down. Flem's kick is up. And good. So don't look now, but Kiski has made this a 19-point game here in the fourth quarter. Still just under 10 minutes to go.
Well, plenty of time left, Josh. And, Kiski's defense really kind of starting to stand up a little bit here, starting to kind of come into their own a little bit. You would have maybe liked to have seen that a little bit more in the first half if you're Kiski, but better late than never, as we said. And, you were saying earlier, is it impossible? I don't know. They're starting to make it look like it's still an uphill battle, but Kiski not going away by any means.
Great night for Isaiah Gonzalez for Kiski. He has 9 receptions for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow, Isaiah Gonzalez, they just read his numbers here in the press box. 9 catches, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So maybe that connection growing by the week, as you said, Judd, giving the players a chance to perform a little bit. And it just seems like when Heinle or the coaching staff catches Gonzalez in single coverage, they're going that way. 9 catches. He's obviously been targeted several more times than that. Onside kick attempt coming once again. Another nice one. Oh man. That was really close.
That was.
That bounced.
Kiski had a beat on that there for a minute.
It bounced right behind Simmons. It's like he almost overran it by just about a half a yard. And able to fall on it are the Fightin Planets, so they will take over at their own 47-yard line. Fielding that ball for the Fightin Planets was Luke Goodworth. He came up with the onside kick, which was attempted by Maddox Anderson. Anderson, you got to give him credit. 2 nice onside kicks after the last 2 Cavaliers touchdowns. So let's see how Mars chooses to attack the Cavaliers right now. Still up by 3 scores. And Kasperowitz keeps it design run, crushed by Kreider.
Yeah, he took a hit there, but jumps right back up again.
I'll tell you what, Kreider's been kind of a beast tonight on that defensive line. A couple of sacks.
He's definitely he's laid in a few nice hits there. A couple nice, where you didn't necessarily see him, and all of a sudden coming laterally across the ball, he just kind of shows up and lays a nice hit. So you're not kidding.
So second down here. Kasparowicz will hand it off this time. And keeping those legs churning. Couldn't see the number. That was Orr. Number 22 for the Planets. Carlos Orr, the senior running back.
Braden Micah on the stop for Kiski. Third down and 5.
So 8:35 left here. Third down and 5.
Looks
just
like,
inside Kiski territory. Sorry about that, Joe.
No, that's okay. I just sort of looks like Kiski's maybe trying to work some clock here now. It's still not going into a full huddle, but that tempo has slowed a little bit compared to what it was earlier in the game.
Well, and it's really slowed now as Mars is able to take a timeout, and they still have, let me lean over here. Well, they still got one timeout remaining after this one. So while we have a moment on this timeout on the field, let's take a timeout here and thank one of our wonderful sponsors on High Top Sports Network. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh Reckengoss. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. DeMond, owner of DeMond Chiropractic. We've been open for over 75 years and continue to provide high-level chiropractic care here in Armstrong County. And we are here to help you live your best life through all-natural chiropractic care. Come and see us.
And we are back here at Mars. After the Fightin Planets timeout, handoff from Kasparowicz to Mason Childress. He's doing it all tonight. Childress kicking, playing defense, and now got a carry to his name. Really close to a first down.
Yeah, it looks like Mars is going to try to get back up on the ball quickly here and get that ball up over the first down marker. Get a fresh set here.
3rd and 2 for the Fightin Planets. Definitely taking their time right now. Why not? Snap to Kasparowicz. He keeps it. Oh, big play right there.
And the refs are going to say that they stopped them. They're going to be short.
Yeah, that was Cusick came flying in right there, tackling Kasparowicz. And that means on that 4th down play, a turnover on downs. I thought it was 4th down, but the scoreboard said 3rd and 2 when that play went off. But it was indeed 4th down, so a turnover on downs. Kiski's D stands strong, and a touchdown here on this drive makes things very interesting, Judd, if Kiski is able to put together a scoring drive.
Now Kiski able to kind of put things together a little bit better here in the second half. They've certainly shown up on offense. They're clicking better than they have been at all points this game. And like you said, if they can get something in here, we got ourselves a bit of a ball game.
Snap to Heinley, quick out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez stiff arms a man, gets past one man. Still on his feet, trying to push forward.
Liam Hine on the stop for Mars.
Liam Hine on the tackle for the Fightin Planets, but not before Gonzalez able to gain 8 on that, so he's up over 10 catches, 150 yards, and a couple of scores for Isaiah Gonzalez, having himself a night. So let's see if Heinley and Gonzalez keep working. Flem in the backfield. And a handoff to Connor Flem. Oh, and he's got the first down. It takes a man with him for another 5-yard ride. Connor Flem
won't be denied. He's not going to be stopped on that by that first tackler. You're going to have to send a few more at Connor there to bring him down.
Well, you got that right. Once he was up over left tackle right there, you knew it was a first down, and he had a full head of steam. And once that happens, you know somebody's going to take some punishment right there. So into Mars territory are the Cavaliers on the move once again. 40-21, Fightin Planets in the lead, but Mars doing a great job so far in this second half. And just tripped up Heinley. He was looking for a big gainer right there.
Yeah, he probably had at least 5, maybe 10 more yards in him if he doesn't get tripped up there. So a nice tackle to kind of prevent that play from going even farther than it was.
Next Friday night, the Planets travel to Armstrong County to face off against their Riverhawks.
And the public address announcer just saying that Fightin Planets will be at Armstrong Stadium next week. We will have that on High Top Sports Network. Riverhawks up big on the Indiana Indians right now and going down the sidelines for Gonzalez again, and it was in his hands over the double coverage. What a throw by Heinley. It was on the money, and I don't know if Gonzalez expected that to get through that double coverage.
No, it almost looked like he stopped. Not gave up on the play, but it was like he stopped thinking it was going to be no chance at all. And sure enough, it could have hit him right in the hands there.
What a throw by Heinley right there. He stepped into that ball. That's 40 yards. And he put it right over that double coverage. I think Gonzalez honestly thought that ball was going to get knocked down because it was hanging there, and the Mars defender saw it. But it got over top of the leaping Mars defensive back and hit Gonzalez in the hands. And there's an out to Gonzalez. He's going to have a blocker. And another first down, another catch for Gonzalez. He pounds the turf right there because he thought, oh, man, I get past him, and I'm taking it to the house.
Yeah, I think you wanted a little more on that play there.
For a Kiski first down. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
So Kiski attempting a furious comeback here. Clock nearing 5 minutes in regulation. Let's see if Heinley takes a shot at the end zone on first down here. Don't see Gonzalez in the game. Probably needs a rest as Connor Flem keeps those legs churning, bounces off of 2 tackles. He gets another man. An unbelievable tackle right there to stop Connor Flem just a few yards short. But Flem, he just looked like the bus right there. The old Jerome Bettis, running into a pile and just keep those legs churning.
And then that defender, they couldn't help himself but have to chuck him another 2-3 yards at the end of the tackle there as well.
Yeah, and I think that was more of just a lucky spin around by Liam Hine right there. Just trying to get Flem on the ground somehow, some way inside. Well, actually right at the 5-yard line. Kiski trying to punch it in. There's a direct snap to Flem. Oh, and he just keeps plowing forward, pushing the pile. And he's right down around the goal line. Kiski players signaling touchdown. Still haven't gotten a call from the official. And they are going to spot it right in. Oh, boy, that ball's kissing the goal line. And clock continues to roll. Boy, Flem did everything in his power right there to push 7 guys across the goal line with him. So Cavaliers not giving up the fight. Heinley's going to go under center traditionally. See if he sneaks it right here. He does. Pushes forward, and that's going to be a touchdown. On the quarterback sneak, Carson Heinley in. Don't look now. These Cavaliers have come roaring back in the second half. And the way that they have nearly gotten the last 2 onside kicks. Surprised going for the extra point right now.
Yeah, I might have gone for 2 here as well, Josh.
Well, we'll see. I mean, 40. It'll make it 40-28 with the conversion, so you're still going to need to score 2 touchdowns. But I thought, if you go for 2 right here, you make it an 11-point game. That's a touchdown, a 2-point, and a field goal.
Well, he got it.
As Flem boots the extra point home, so now a 12-point game. But you see, our rationale, I think, was the same there, Judd, is if you go for 2 right there, you convert it. Now it's a touchdown, 2-point, and a chance at a field goal, so it makes it a 2-possession game instead of 3. Well, I mean, I guess you could score 2 touchdowns, but it's all semantics at this point.
Crazier things have happened.
You got that right. A crazy comeback here, and I mean, I'm looking out our vantage point from the press box. It's kind of incredible because we could see the parking lot, and it's been steadily emptying through the fourth quarter here. A lot of Fightin Planets fans probably thinking, oh, this one's over, you know. We got a 40 spot on the board. We're in good shape, but I'll tell you what,
not going away.
Tip your cap to the Cavaliers. They have come out fighting in this second half and have turned this into a 2-touchdown game.
No wonder will the third time be the charm here on the onside kick, Owen.
Well, we've seen two really, really good onside kicks here by number 36 for the Cavaliers. Maddox Anderson, let's see what happens. That ball bouncing around again, and there's Gonzalez, and he falls on it. But, oh my goodness, somehow Mars comes away with it again. And that is the closest one we've had so far, Judd. Boy, I thought Gonzalez had that, but unbelievable hands by Carlos Orr. And that is well, they're spotting it at the 50. It must, 49 there. So a Cavaliers player must have touched it prior to the 10 yards. But still, I mean, hey, it was a fun play to watch because even though it wouldn't have counted, Gonzalez really gave it his all right there.
Didn't give up on that play at all.
Yeah, nearly swiped it away from Carlos Orr, but that will give Mars the ball on the Cavaliers' 49-yard line. 3:48 left in this WPIL 4A Greater Allegheny Conference matchup. And Kasparowicz hands off. That one's shut down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Kreider. Timeout called by Kiski.
Kreider in there again, and
Kiski stopping the clock.
Yeah, Kiski going to take a timeout. So with a timeout on the field, let's take a quick commercial timeout here. And we'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We're here tonight at the Richard G. Snyder YMCA.
Steve-O. Guys, that's right. It's $5 sushi Wednesday.
Produce sale. Bananas. 45 cents a pound. Pork turkeys. You know why we're doing pork turkeys? We're doing a fundraiser.
The meat keeps on rolling, the hair is sprankled.
You know what day it is today. It is Sushi Wednesday. $5 sushi rolls today.
We're getting inspired. Come on and help me hashtag save on meat. And we're pumped up.
Welcome back once again. Kasparowicz takes the snap. Oh, he's looking up the field. Another nice play in pass defense. This time by Dominic Simmons. So surprisingly, Mars going to the air right there.
Not, unusual to see them stopping the clock like that.
Yeah, only 5 seconds elapsed on that play. So Mars trying to get the personnel sorted. Play call into Kasparowicz. 3rd and 10 here for the Fightin Planets. Shotgun snap. And Kasparowicz keeps it. Oh, able to stay on his feet, shakes a man. He's got a first down. And hauled down from behind, but not before moving the chains. Eric Kasparowicz up to about the Cavaliers' 30-yard line before he can finally be brought down by number 25, Landon Cusick.
Yeah, nice chunk of yardage there to pick up a first down and keep the ball for the Mars Planets more importantly. As I don't think they want to give that ball back to Kiski too many more times tonight.
So under 3 minutes to play in regulation. Fightin Planets holding a 12-point lead on the Cavaliers. And a good run right there by Carlos Orr near first down yardage.
Takes it down to the 21-yard line.
And he's about a yard short, maybe a little bit less than a yard short of a first down. And a man down on the field once again for the Cavaliers. Looks like another cramp. We've had several of those tonight, even though it's a bit chilly out there hey, when you're working hard, you're still going to cramp up. Doesn't matter what the weather is.
No, you lose a lot of fluids working that hard regardless of the temperature. So
And that's Cusick, I believe, down. And he's played his heart out tonight, running the ball defensively, as have all these Cavaliers, really. It's been quite an effort. They could have folded up the tents and, let this one just slide away into nothingness. But I'll tell you what, tip your cap to Kiski. They have fought tooth and nail all night long against this Mars team. And you can see how explosive Mars offense has been. And that's one of those things that can really demoralize a team. You're getting hit for 80-yard, 70-yard plays, and you're thinking, oh, man, no matter how hard we work, these guys can just run a couple of plays and score. But they've really tightened up in the second half and have fought very hard. So an impressive effort by the Cavaliers.
No, I agree, Josh. You definitely have to tip your cap for the effort that they've put out here tonight and the way they've been able to claw back into this game.
So Kasperowitz. Is the clock rolling again? It is. I didn't start it after that timeout, so apologies. Well, and that's going to be a timeout. No, a delay of game. So I think that is going to be a delay of game against the Fightin Planets. Let's see when they get it sorted out here.
No, it doesn't. No. I don't know what's going on here. They're not moving the ball.
Well, we saw a flag come out from that far back official. And heading over to the sideline is the referee to explain it to Kiski. Now, I think he's going to do the same thing here for Mars. So, well, a whole lot of nothing there, I guess. Starts the clock winding. And Kasperowitz hands off to Orr. Well, it's going to be close.
Orr carries again. Timeout.
Another timeout called.
Called by Kiski.
And that is the Cavaliers.
Micah on the tackle.
I believe that's their last one. We'll have to wait and see. It says there's still one for the Cavaliers on the scoreboard.
First down.
So 1:58 left here at Mars. And we've been treated to a pretty good game tonight, Judd. All things considered, it looked like Mars was going to, put a blowout on Kiski, but
started off a little rough for the Cavaliers, but they've, like you said, they kept fighting and they certainly showed what they're made of. And Connor Flem, he's had a heck of a game on the ground, and it's that running game that's really allowed other parts of Kiski's game to open up, especially in that second half. Some of those big passing plays wouldn't have been possible without the efforts that had been laid. So I think Kiski's got a lot to build on here, a lot to be happy about at the end of this day.
Yeah, for sure. And the emergence of the Carson Heinley to Isaiah Gonzalez connection tonight, really something to build on for this Cavaliers offense. And Kreider grabs Orr with one hand and wrestles him to the ground. And wow, that's the last one for Kiski right there. They just used their final timeout after Orr was able to get forward for a first down. So 1:51 left in this one, in regulation at least. Kiski's third and final timeout. And while we have a moment, let's take a look around the network, see what else is going on the three other games we have tonight on HTSN. Checking in Northern Cambria, and that one's over 35-26. Northern Cambria defeating West Shamokin. It looked like I saw some handshakes there. I see an instant replay going on, but looks like 35-26 is the final. Northern Cambria over West Shamokin. It's Kasperowitz lining up his team. And the handoff again. Kreider stops Orr. At Freeport, the Jackets up on East Allegheny. 28-13 looks to be in the fourth quarter. And Armstrong must be done already because it's in the past broadcast category.
Oh, well.
So the Riverhawks
made great work.
They were up 31-6. Let's fast forward to the end here. 47-13 looks to be the final from Indiana. So the Riverhawks again over 40 points, putting it on the Little Indians.
Well, that should make for a great game next week, Josh, when these planets, as we have another touchdown.
Well, Orr working hard with Gonzalez on his back, carries him home to the end zone, and that should put the wraps on this one as Orr gets in for 6.
But yeah, Josh, that should make for a great game next week when the Riverhawks and these planets, two very strong offensive teams, go head-to-head against each other next Friday night.
Well, Riverhawks now 6-1 on the season. Their only loss, a 2-touchdown loss, which, I mean, was much closer than the score indicated, was tied with 6 minutes to go as the Riverhawks fell to number 1 Aliquippa, not only the number 1 4A team in the state, but ranked in the top 5 in the country in the 4A classification. The Riverhawks went toe-to-toe with them. That's the only game they've lost this year, and they've surpassed 40 points, I believe, 3 or 4 times. So it will be a good game. It's up to 47 points here for the Fightin' Planets on homecoming night.
Yeah, I put on a great show here for the fans, and it's definitely a lot to celebrate here tonight at this Mars Athletic Complex. Not at the high school.
No.
Where I went.
I'm sorry I'm sorry I didn't tell you that.
Well, it was I started heading that way, and I was coming in from Butler, so I was coming down Route 8, and I'm heading in that way. And I'm like, there's only one car over at the high school. I don't think this is correct. But eventually we got it straightened out, and here we are.
So just over a minute left in regulation. That touchdown by Carlos Orr will seal it. Childress to kick off. That's going to be short. Taking about the 23-yard line by Kiski. And up to about the 35. 56 seconds left now. Kiski will take over.
Luke Goodward on the stop for the special teams. 1st and 10 for Kiski.
I'd like to thank the Mars Athletic Director, Zach Matisak. Been very helpful tonight getting us set up, getting the internet wire run downstairs. We're on the 2nd floor here, and the router box is downstairs. Zach helpful with that. Very courteous and hospitable. Took over for the longtime Mars Athletic Director, Scott Heinauer. We dealt with Scott quite a few times since we've started High Top Sports Network. And that's a sack right there. As Heinley was looking down the field, but taken down for the sack.
2nd down and long.
It's going to make it 2nd and long as we approach 40 seconds.
And Kiski not able to stop the clock here, so that clock will just continue to run.
Heinley fires, gets Gonzalez again. So those two have been something special tonight for the Cavaliers. A breakout performance by Carson Heinley and Isaiah Gonzalez working together. Double-digit catches, probably up around 175 yards, couple of touchdowns. Mars will raise its record overall to 5-2 on the season. Now 2-1 in Greater Allegheny Conference play. And Kiski will fall to 0-7 on the season, 0-4 inside the section. Heinley again got Gonzalez. And another pitch and catch for those two young men.
Now hurry up to the line, try to get a couple more plays in before the end of the night.
Well, they probably have time for maybe 2 more. And I'll tell you what, it's got to be, what is that, Gonzalez's 15th catch?
Got to be up there. He was up around 10, I think, to start the half after that second touchdown. So
next week, the Planets will return home for their final 2 home games of the regular season. The Talbots from Hampton, followed by the
So this
from North Catholic.
possibly be the last play of the game. We'll see. They've run the same play to Gonzalez 3 straight times, and Mars playing that kind of an umbrella prevent defense, allowing Gonzalez to kind of work underneath right there. Again, into traffic. Boy, Gonzalez took a shot, and that ball knocked away. Nearly a completion, but quite the shot there by Mason Childress.
Not able to hold on to it. A nice effort, though.
Active servicemen, as well as first responders on October 20th.
So 6.8 seconds left in regulation. 2nd and 10 at the Mars 32-yard line. See if Carson Heinley takes a shot at the end zone here. Connor Flem behind him. And pretty decent protection, although blowing up the play in the backfield, the final tackle of the game. And that was number 9, Connor Hartle, ends it with a sack. So the final from Mars, 47-28, Fightin Planets over the Kiski area Cavaliers. And what a night for Gabe Hine for Mars. Over 200 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns.
Kiski able to kind of make it a little bit of a game at that second half there, Josh, but just a little bit too much to overcome, and Mars a really, really good football team.
Well, the JT's Cuts player of the game, I think you got to give it to Isaiah Gonzalez.
Definitely.
Of Kiski area. I mean, you know, it's tough to hand out player of the game honors when a team comes up a little bit short on the scoreboard, but what a night for Gonzalez.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to get his final numbers because I believe he was over 15 catches, very close to 200 yards receiving, and a couple of touchdowns. So our JT's Cuts player of the game tonight, Isaiah Gonzalez, the wide receiver for Kiski, 6'2", 175-pound junior, making his presence known on the field. Congratulations to Isaiah Gonzalez. And you can check out JT's Cuts at 1207 Lincoln Street in North Vandergrift. And a really cool place to go get your hair cut. I think Isaiah will appreciate that, and he earned it today. And I'm telling you what, not only did he put up the numbers, he took the shots to do it. I mean, Mars was not making it easy on him. He took a couple of really big licks, but he hung on to way more balls than got knocked away, or I don't even think he had a drop.
Well, good presence of mind downfield, too. You know, able to, like you said, catch things in traffic, but also good field awareness, and just kind of always knows where he is on the field, always knows where the sideline is, and, you know, on that play down there by the goal line, knew how to keep his feet in bounds and find that corner of the end zone there to make that a touchdown. So, yeah, great field awareness as well.
So JT's Cuts at 1207 Lincoln Street, North Vandergrift, PA. And they are open. Well, they're open tomorrow at 10 o'clock. 724-561-7075. You can book your appointment online at jtscuts.com. It's a multi-chair barbershop that includes a braid stylist and barbers. And they have all kinds of different experiences for you to get your hair cut. Got the ultimate experience here. Boy, that looks pretty cool. Haircut with your style of choice that is followed with a facial that includes a facial cleanse, light facial massage, hot towels, and more. So the full treatment right there.
I'm bald as a cue ball, Josh. But if I
you don't need JT's Cuts.
I don't need JT's Cuts.
But Isaiah, I don't know if you've ever seen Isaiah's hair. He could definitely get some stuff done at JT's Cuts.
Right on.
Isaiah, tremendous basketball player as well for the Cavaliers. Great kid. Always had a nice conversation with him when I've interviewed him after games. So congratulations to Isaiah Gonzalez. Free haircut at JT's Cuts, our JT's Cuts player of the game. Thanks also to Shevlin Concrete Construction, our scoreboard sponsor and halftime sponsor this evening. Well, that'll do it for myself, Josh Reckengost, and Judd Stewart here from Mars. The Kiski area Cavaliers coming up short here on the road. Mars with a Greater Allegheny Conference victory over the Cavaliers by a score of 47-28. Be sure to check out High Top Sports Network on all of our platforms. You can check in on the website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. Search us on Facebook. Just search High Top Sports. Find us on Twitter at @hightop_dot. There's no dots in Twitter. At @hightop_sports. We'll get it right. Or you can give us a call at the office if you or someone you know is a local business owner interested in sponsoring our coverage of local amateur athletics in the Western Pennsylvania region. Playoffs are coming up, so we will certainly be on top of that. If you are interested, feel free to check in. Shoot us an email, give us a call, or message us through one of our platforms. The office number 724-824-3554. Thanks for joining us here on High Top Sports Network, or if you saw us tonight on the Trib High School Sports Network, wherever you might have found us, we appreciate you tuning in. Final score once again from Mars, 47-28, Fightin Planets over the Kiski area Cavaliers. For Judd Stewart, my name is Josh